up and running here. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to our little midnight Greece GWP live stream. We're going to be counting down to the midnight hour, and it should be fairly interesting because there could be some mystery sales waiting for us on the other side of the midnight hour. What's going on? Man, we got so many great people here in the chat already. Barb is in the building. Great to see you, 808. Can everybody hear me okay? We got a new microphone set up, so I had to make sure that was all good. So I apologize for being a few minutes late. I also had to make sure that Sophia was all good and tucked in with Joanna. We got Moon Shoes in the building. What's going on, Tanya? Big Mac Bricks. I did call out your comment today in the second video of the day. Pretty wild that we had two videos today and now the live stream, but it's just one of those days. I know, 18K, absolutely incredible. So thank you so much to everybody out there who has helped the channel get to this point. Anthony, you've been a big part of that, as well as so many other great people here in the chat. We got Richard in the house. He said sound is good. Perfect. That's what I love to hear. All good. I know, Bruno, very busy day. Very, very busy day for sure. We were actually out of town for the last 5 days. So the first video of the day where I was talking about the GWP, like that was a pre-recorded video from like Tuesday night. So I was crossing my fingers all throughout the end of the week. I was like, oh, please don't let anything big drop as far as the sales go and like GWP wise. And then we got the big reveal for the Bricklink Designer Program Series 6 second chance drop. So Joanna was great. As soon as I got home, we unpacked the cars, got everything situated, and I was able to film that video and then throw it up on the channel. Yeah, family does absolutely take priority, 100%. Interesting for a minute. Love the name, by the way. Josh is in the house. Want this set, but 180 is nuts. I feel like 150 was easier to get to, but that last 30. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. Just in, as far as like budgeting, a lot of people, I didn't get a chance to respond to many comments today, but because of the second video, but I read through many comments and a lot of people said they forgot about the Back to Hogwarts event in the beginning of September. We also have the big Batman Day celebration to look forward to, mid to late September. We'll probably have a double points not too far behind that. Insider Days will be here before you know it in November. Plus, we got all the shenanigans with Black Friday. And that's just, outside of other unknown GWPs that we are probably going to get. So there's so many opportunities to spend money on Lego. So please, if you are on the fence tonight about getting this GWP, like just don't. I really don't think that if you're not in love with it, like don't spend the 180 just to spend the 180. Now, if you already want to get a certain set, like the new AT-AT or something, new Sandcrawler, one Technic set, Friend set, City set, you name it. Like, it's a nice little bonus. I don't know why they don't have a general GWP for the first of every single month at the Lego store. Like, I think that's just basic marketing 101 because, if you delay it, I mean, actually, who do I know? There were so many people there at our store on the first buying sets full price with no incentive. So, who am I? Paula, what's going on? We did have a good, it was good, but I will say this, man, it is challenging having a baby who crawls and then taking that baby to a different environment that is not baby proof and baby safe. So that was a fun ride last few days. Nerdy Panda might finally pick up the vending machine for the GWP. Oh, there you go. I'm going to pull up the Lego website. So the big thing that everybody's wondering about, is we have this weird Insider Member Day promotion. I can't even find, where was the banner? I actually had to pull the banner from the Australian website. I don't even see it on the US website, but if anybody is outside of North America or outside of the United States, please feel free to chime in to see, what's going on. Yeah. So this Insiders Member Day thing is new. They've done Insiders Weekend, they've done Insider Days, but to have like a 24-hour period just dedicated to Insiders is pretty foreign or new to us. So I've heard it's pretty underwhelming in other regions of the world. Apparently, certain people are reporting that only a handful of sets are on double points. Only some one-piece sets have been marked on discount, depending on where you are. But we'll see. The big one, of course, is 40908, the Greece GWP. Jason says, I need the Arkham Asylum. Hopefully Batman Day will be the time to snag it. Yeah, I have a feeling it will be. I think Arkham is on a back order right now. I know the Avengers Tower is temporarily sold out. But yeah, anything Batman, I would not buy, at least until seeing what they're going to do for Batman Day. I would hope that they're going to do something extra special because it is the 20th anniversary of Lego Batman as well. But, sometimes Lego drops the ball on certain anniversaries, even their own Lego anniversaries. I'm trying to see if my family members could get me Optimus Prime. Oh, that's always good. See if the family members can hook you up. Brandon says, waiting to see if there are any good double points or quadruple points on any sets retiring by the end of the year that are on my list. Otherwise, I'm passing on this GWP. That's completely fine. I mean, as we saw last year in October, November, and December especially, I mean, we had a crazy Insiders weekend last year. Black Friday, they gave us a few more good deals as well. But I mean, this is the time of the year where, I feel like most of the year we spend our time kind of breaking down and focusing on what Lego Shop at Home has to offer. Pretty soon we're going to be really switching gears and focusing on a lot of the other retailers again, your Walmart, your Target, your Amazon, your Kohl's, because the GWP promo marketing strategy as well as Insiders points is really the only thing that Lego has to offer. And that's, to separate them from what other retailers do. They're never going to mark a set, randomly on a Tuesday at like 60% off, the way you might walk into a Target and find that set. Do you think the Lego bubble will burst and drop in popularity? That's a really good question, Big Mac Bricks. So I don't think, the Lego popularity is not going away anytime soon, but I do think a bubble is coming. I do think we are going to see a burst, and the burst, I think, is actually going to happen not so much in the big Lego picture. I think it's going to be like in one small aspect of Lego, and that's where I think that it will get to a certain point where people will just run out of space. And instead of maybe being willing to cycle through and just say, hey, I'm going to, sell off some of these sets. Some people will. I foresee them selling off some sets, and then they're going to keep buying new sets. I think what's going to happen is some people, they're going to see the prices, or they're going to see multiple $1,000 sets on the shelves, and they're just going to be very discouraged. So then they might venture into completely downsizing their collections or downsizing partially. But I think the way that Lego is operating right now, they have so many different IPs that they're introducing. They are still doing well in, various aspects of their catalog. I think overall they're doing well. So I don't see popularity. That's not going down anytime soon. Sheer hype for the hobby, that just continues to double, if not triple, year over year. And, I think if anything, people are just like people that have been collecting for a long time. I think they're just going to be running out of space. And I think that Lego will have a harder time selling, a $300 plus set to your average consumer. But that's where Lego really does well, with having a very diverse catalog to where you can walk into the store, and not many hobbies are like this. Not many very popular toys are like this, where something is, there's something for somebody at a $5 budget, but there's also something for someone at a $1,000 budget, So I think it's good. Lego's going to be fine for a very long time. ERQ, what's going on? Thank you, John, for as always, for the entertaining must watch. When do you think they'll make the original Avengers Tower available again? Hoping to grab in March. Yeah, so that's a set that has gone out of stock, and I know some people are concerned over it. Avengers, I just got to say this because we get this question literally every day, either through a direct message or a comment on the channel. Rivendell and Avengers Tower are not retiring this year, so please do not panic. The giant Avengers Tower and Rivendell are not retiring this year. They have both had extensions. So I know there are some people panicking, especially now seeing Avengers Tower go out of stock. I think the Jabba sail barge was the catalyst for a lot of this fear. Jabba sail barge is still scheduled to retire at the end of the year, and that, has gone out of stock for multiple periods throughout the year. If a set goes out of stock, it's not like end all be all, game over. Plus, some of these larger sets, we could have a Daily Bugle situation happen year over year, where Daily Bugle retired at the end of last year and was on Amazon and available at retail for an additional 7 months. So, Lego themselves is not the only place where you can actually buy sets. But great question though. Ultimately, I'm actually still in the market. I need the Avengers Tower. I think it'll come back in stock soon. It's a very popular set. I mean, there's an Avengers movie coming. They're going to want to put this one in stock very soon. Space will always be an issue, but I think a lot of people may focus down to a single specific theme or strictly, I have to be in love with the set before buying. Yeah, I agree. And I think it's actually a good thing, Anthony. That's a great point that you bring up. If you hone in on what you really like, it's going to scream to the Lego group what people don't like. And maybe that will force them to stop being a little bit too diverse in some of their lines, like Marvel, for instance. Like, look at everything we have for Marvel. We've got modular buildings. We've got bus. We've got play sets. We have mechs. We have a couple lingering masks. We have these smaller little mini modulars. Like we have the giant, like Iron Man-esque buildable statue. Like I do want to see some more consistency and not as many like different size sets and types of sets within one specific theme. So maybe if, people all of a sudden stop buying mechs, it starts screaming to the Lego group like, hey, people don't want mechs. And then mechs start disappearing off shelves. I'm not saying mechs aren't popular or unpopular. I'm just using that as an example. Yerabeth, what's going on? Hello. Looking to get 2 GWPs. Definitely getting La Katrina, avoiding any Harry Potter sets, but still haven't settled fully on my orders until I see these supposed insider deals. Yeah, I'm kind of, I don't want to say like, I have my expectations very low. So the fact that Lego is even like throwing this at us, like, I don't know if they're trying to save the kind of substandard deals that we saw for Insider Days. But yeah, I'm curious, just like everybody else is, to see what happens at midnight. I missed a lot of like people just saying hello to people, so I apologize if I have not read your name yet. I see Dave is here. Brennan is here. You got the Lego Optimus Prime for 122 at Target. Yeah, I mean that right there. Thank you for bringing that up, because Optimus Prime is a supposedly now retired set from the July retirement wave, still available at full price right here on the Lego website. I mean, this would be a perfect set to buy today because it would automatically get you the GWP. But yeah, this right here is why people are not buying at full price on the Lego website and in Lego stores. It's because Target, Walmart, Amazon, Kohl's, Walgreens, all these other places. I saw Lego in Walgreens the other day, and they had a lot more than I remember them having. Other retailers are offering crazy deals. Trick or Treat says, I'm hoping that they double points Minas Tirith, though I know in my heart that's not going to happen. I want to buy, but I feel I will have to wait for double points. That is a very optimistic hope. I don't think they're going to be double pointsing Minas Tirith, unfortunately. But you never know. Crazier things that happen. Maybe they have a lot of Minas Tirith sitting around. They're like, man, you know what? Let's just sell some more, and they throw them up for double points. FYI, Amazon has some sales currently. Tuxedo Cat at 82, Eevee at 48. Man, I feel like retailers, they just cannot give Eevee away, which is so weird. Do you think Lego has dropped the ball by only putting out Batman sets for DC? Yeah, 100%. Oh, Dewback, what's going on? Yeah, I think especially not capitalizing on the hype last year with Superman. This year we had Supergirl. I heard it was a good movie. I still have not had a chance to see it, but I think overall, like, they are just missing out on so many, fans' money, because not everybody likes Batman, believe it or not. And even the people that do like Batman, I mean, I'm starting to feel like this, like, how many Batmobiles do you need in your collection? How many tumblers do you need? Somebody asked about like a Batcave modular building. Like, yeah, that would be cool. But I think at some point, like, I want to see the other characters again. Now, based on all the leaks that we just got a few days ago, which I am following, or I'm planning on doing a video on later this week, there's a lot of potential good news for DC coming up on the horizon. So that's good. Just got the Arkham set a couple weeks ago. It came, and then I saw the GWP at Members Day and got really sad. Yeah, I see this a lot beyond the studs. So here's the thing. If there's a set that you really want for your collection, you're saving up for it, it's on your wish list, and then you finally pull the trigger on it, and there happens to be no incentives, no GWPs, no discounts, no nothing, right? Don't beat yourself up. Like, at the end of the day, like, you got the set. That's all that matters, right? Like, if somebody else gets it and they got a little bit of a discount, or, it happens to me like all the time. Like, I'll buy a set and then I'll literally see somebody in like the middle of nowhere Oklahoma be like, oh, I got this set for 99% off at my Walmart because nobody likes Lego in Oklahoma. And it's like, for a split second, I'm like, man, it would have been nice to live in Oklahoma, so I could have gotten XYZ set for next to nothing. But it's just how the game is. There's certain deals that you're going to get that other people aren't going to get. So you just got to take the wins with the losses. In Europe, they have double points on One Piece. I heard that. Yeah, I heard that for sure, Travis. One More Set says, I have checked the UK website earlier, and as they are ahead of us in time, they got the Pokeball for a €37 threshold and double points on various One Piece sets. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I see a lot of Marvel sets doing well in 2027 as well. Just discovered that YouTube still does audio ads during live streams, and that was weird. Oh, interesting. I did turn off. They give you all these options now for ads, and I put the minimal ads for live streams because I know when I'm watching live streams sometimes there's like so many ads. I have a hard time like keeping up with the live stream in time, so I do that on purpose. Do you think Lego will come out with a Wayne Manor / Batcave? I feel like it will sell good. I think it would sell good. I think they're holding out. I think they're allowing Arkham to flourish. The rumor is Daily Planet is coming. I think they have that one. I mean, they've done a Batcave. They've done several Batcaves. They've never really done like a Wayne Manor, but I think that has to be something on the table that they're keeping close to their chest for a while. Space is definitely an issue. Yep, for sure. Tony's Travel News. What's going on? Hopefully the GWP will be available when BDP Series 6 goes on sale on the 17th. Yeah, so I forgot to include this in my video today. So you cannot get GWPs with Bricklink orders. That always seems to be, I'll put it in the pinned comment for the video I did today, just to hopefully clear up some confusion there. But you do get insiders points, no GWPs with Bricklink purchases, whether it's a pre-order or a second chance drop. When that bubble bursts, you're going to start covering Lumi Bricks and Panacea sales. Well, so this is what I tell everybody. Like we are fine. Like I think that, if you are somebody who's on a more limited budget, or if you don't like what Lego is putting out, like companies like Lumi Bricks and Panacea put out good products. Joanna and I have not ventured deeply down that rabbit hole yet. And I definitely don't feel confident or comfortable making a lot of content surrounding those two companies at this time, just because I haven't followed them very closely at all. And we still have so much Lego to make content with, but I guess, if the bubble for Lego did burst. But here's the thing. I don't think the bubble necessarily could actually burst, because even if Lego gets too expensive through them, we could still showcase custom projects. We want to eventually start building our city, and there's going to be like endless content there. So, I think there will definitely come a day where I might pick up a Lumi Bricks set just to see like what it's all about. Both Lumi Bricks and Panacea have reached out and have offered us anything from their catalog to make content with. Now, for me, I think that was extremely kind of them, but I also see that as a little bit of a red flag, because I haven't been making content very long, and they seemed very just more than willing to just give us the red carpet. And I just felt like, hey, we haven't been doing this that long. There's a lot of other creators that they could have gone to and probably have gone to. So I don't know if they're desperate, but we're very grateful for the opportunities. But either way, I told both of them, I said, I don't want any sets for free. Like if I want a set, I'll buy a set. I'll tell people that, this, I bought it. This is what I think of it. This is what we're going to do with it, so on and so forth. I don't want sets for free, because then I feel like I can't be as authentic. That's all. Good point, John, on space. I'm not going to drop 1K or more on Lego. I won't drop that on a good vintage fountain pen, another passion of mine. Oh, interesting, Paula. I also wanted to thank Mr. Fluffy. I'm so sorry for not getting this super chat up on screen until now. He says, a sexy walrus is never late. He arrives precisely when he means to. And I really appreciate the $5 super. I'm glad you guys are getting a kick out of the Fluffy walrus thing. Just a little inside joke, little pet name that Joanna and I called each other for a little while, just because we're not the skinniest people, and it is what it is. Goblin King, what's going on? Space and budget is why I think minifigure collecting and army building is so popular. Yeah, that's another thing too. I mean, the good thing about Lego is you can be very creative. I mean, shout out to Shy Time is My Time. Like, he was the first person that I actually noticed have the whole like shelf city concept, and I thought that was so cool. I was like, oh man, like if people live in apartments or if they've got limited space, like they can still have a Lego city and have it look really nice. So yeah, I mean, you can be so creative in even a small amount of space. Space will always be an issue, but I think a lot of people may focus down to a single specific theme or strictly. Oh, I think I read this before. Sorry, I was just trying to catch up on some of the messages that I missed. John, is the Home Alone house a modular because it has the closed back? I believe it is technically modular compatible, right? Because it has the closed back, but I don't think it has the Technic pins that would make it like truly modular. I mean, I've seen countless people incorporate it into their Lego city, but I don't think, is it on the base plate? Yeah, it's on the base plate. Yeah, so it doesn't have the pins, but it does have the closed back. So it's more of like an enclosed structure, but I mean, like I would consider it modular, but like, you know, if you wanted to go like by definition, is it actually, you know, by all the different standards modular? You know, no, because it doesn't have like the pins and everything. But yeah, I mean, still, yeah, I would consider it modular. Should I be panicking about Jabba's sail barge and bite the bullet? I'd like at least double points. I would not be panicking. Do not panic about Jabba's sail barge just yet. Here's the thing. With sets that are due to retire in December, so we're talking December 31st retirement, I don't think you should panic until Halloween. You know, come November 1st, you know, November rolls over on the calendar and you're getting really antsy. You're like, I don't know if I should wait till Insiders Days. I don't know if I should wait till Black Friday. Then I would pull the trigger. It is only August 10th. So I think, Barb, you know, you'll have an opportunity to pick it up during double points. I really do. So I think you'll be okay. I love modulars and many of friends, of small sets that catch my fancy in pocketbook. Oh, there you go. I only got back into Lego as an adult for 1 year, already running out of space. Yeah, space is a huge problem. And I think that's one of the reasons why Lego specifically throughout the years, I mean, if you compare direct sets, right? And you'll see there's some excellent YouTube content out there where you'll see creators compare, like, you know, the newest Imperial shuttle to a previous Imperial shuttle and then the previous Imperial shuttle before that. Just to give you an example, I'm just looking at the Imperial shuttle build that I'm about to drop a video on myself, and you can notice more often than not the builds are getting smaller. And I think that Lego, you know, kind of leans on like, oh, we're using smaller pieces, you know, inflation, our costs have gone up, and they also use as like a additional bonus, like, oh, you guys might be running out of room on your shelves. Instead of having just one Imperial shuttle on your shelf, now because everything's a little bit smaller, you can have an Imperial shuttle, you can have a Millennium Falcon, you can have an X-Wing, you can have the Ghost. Like, you know, you're now able to fit all of these other builds, and, you know, Lego is getting your money 4 to 7 times instead of once with that one larger set, you know? What's going on? Tristan's movie review. I see you all the time in our comments. See, I'm new to Lego this year. I've spent a fair amount, and they are adding to the teams I like. So I think they will keep growing just in erratic pattern. And yeah, I mean, there are so many people in our comment section who have said variations of this comment, I'm new to Lego. And I think that is an excellent sign for the hobby. And I think that Lego outperforms a lot of other hobbies with lifelong fans. You know, people might take breaks. They might have dark ages. They might go to college and then come back to it. They might, you know, have kids and then jump back into Lego again as a full-on AFOL. So I think it's just a beautiful thing that you can kind of pick up where you left off. You know, you can go really hard. You can buy a lot of sets. You can build a city. You can deck out a room in your house, or you can just collect casually. And you're still, you know, no matter what, like if you buy one set a year or if you buy 30 sets a month, you are still a part of this community. You're still a part of the hobby, and you know, everybody's voice matters. Space and issue nonsense. My wife will have to allow me more room or a different house. Clearly, yeah, I figured that's sarcasm. Tanya says, Billy's shelf's so full now at the point where I have to love a set enough to disassemble it to disassemble something to make space. Yeah, I feel you on that. I was able to get 76296 at $242 during a limited sale. Very happy with the pick. Which one is that? 76296. Ooh, 762. I don't know certain. I know a few sets off the top of my head by numbers, but oh, all right. You got the Captain America construction figure. Okay, very cool. Wait, did I get that number right? 76296. That doesn't seem like it adds up. $242. Did you get it for $24? Maybe. Maybe you got the number wrong because that doesn't seem right. Diclusionist Games, what's going on? If we get a Street Fighter CMF, which 12 or even 16 characters would you throw in? Also, would an arcade like set be possible similar to DK or Pac-Man? I don't know anything about Street Fighter, so I'm not the person you should ask about that. Maybe some other people can weigh in the chat. Mary, what's going on? Great to see you. Man, we got so many great channel members here in the house tonight. Guys, thank you so much for joining in on the stream. If you're having a good time, even if you're not buying anything tonight, make sure to hit that like button for me. I don't see any deals because they go live in 29 minutes, Alexander. So you are here early. Oh, what's going on, Velvet? Great to see you. We got the Koviat says, depending on insider offers, I may put off my PAB order and get sets instead. But so far, I'm planning on PAB. And I think that there's nothing wrong with picking up PAB. I mentioned it, I think, at the end of my second video today. Like, several people brought that up, and they said, hey, I'm just going to sprinkle in a little bit of PAB to get to the threshold, or I'm going to go all PAB, and that's going to get me my GWP. Either way, I think that's a very smart thing to do. Tiny says, also going to the Lego store in the morning, hoping to find some damaged boxes that are on my want list to get the GWP to sweeten the deal. And that is another really excellent strategy, Tanya. You know, don't sleep on those damaged boxes. I know some people care about the box condition for their sets. If you're somebody who's keeping it long term, or maybe, you know, using it as an investment, there's nothing wrong with that. But I think if for the majority of us who are just want to build the set and get the set, you know, Joanna and I have purchased hundreds of damaged box specials over the years, and I think it's a great way to save some money. Also, I'm a Target employee, so I get the discounts, and therefore I had a hard time finding stuff I wanted on the Lego website that Target doesn't carry. Oh, interesting, Nicholas. That's a really interesting point. D Glaze, what's going on? My Sam still has Eevee at $35 for like a month now, and it still looks like they aren't selling any. Yeah, that's it's really interesting with the Pokemon craze. Like, I'm seeing like a flurry of people rush to get the sets initially, but I mean, it doesn't seem like there's like any follow-up. So that could be why, you know, the EVs are just sitting there, because like, did everybody who wanted an EV already get an EV? It's really, or did Lego just like super mass produce all the Pokemon sets, you know? And there's just mountains of them everywhere. I think most Pokemon fans spend a lot, and maybe these feel too high. I don't know. I mean, I think Lego was very wise to go all in on Pokemon. I mean, because I see auctions occasionally and hear about people spending thousands of money on Pokemon cards. So you think if people are dropping like, you know, $1,000 here and there on some graded card, that a $35 EV would be like nothing, you know? But I also think that sometimes a hobby doesn't translate over to another hobby. Joanna, actually, to her credit, she brought this up when we initially found out about Pokemon, because the first set that we had heard about, right, was the $650 Charizard, Blastoise, and was it Bulbasaur? Or Venusaur, the giant $650 set, right? And people, Joanna said it immediately. She was like, you know, Pokemon fans, they like collecting cards. And when you put the cards in the binders and you're collecting the cards and you're playing the game and you're trading the cards, like, that's much different than building a Lego set. So there might be some people that come over and buy a Lego set, and then, you know, but are they going to build it? And I think that might actually be what's scaring off a lot of Pokemon fans from jumping into Lego. So if Lego releases more smaller play scale, I mean, I even thought like them going in on like a CMF would be a good test, you know, to feel the waters and everything. But dropping that $650 monster just did not seem like a good move whatsoever. And now if they can't even sell Eevee for $35, that's definitely concerning. What do I think of the potential Daily Planet? I have a lot of thoughts on that. I actually don't want to get into that tonight, because I have a very, very important video coming out very soon surrounding that specific set. The Batman family is cooler than Batman himself. Those are fighting words, my friend. I think the whole Bat family is equally as awesome. I am particularly partial to Nightwing. He's my guy, but I still love Batman just like everybody else. I wonder if there's some contractual something with Marvel and DC when it comes to Lego. Maybe. I think at the end of the day, Batman just sells. And, you know, you can see it in the box office. You can see it with other companies and what they're doing. Batman always sells. You know, I feel like sometimes, unfortunately, Superman, some of these other characters, you know, they tried the Flash movie. That didn't go well. I mean, there was other factors that played into that. But some of these other DC superheroes and villains, they don't always draw the same crowds. I only want the current Tumblr for the figs since I already have the 2021 version. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt. I really like the 2021 version. Building the new dump truck set as I watch you. I love the new construction sets. And I love to hear that, Kevin. I actually just built a few of them. I've got a monster construction video series that we're going to be kicking off here on the channel this month. So I'm really happy to hear that you're building that set. Mary says, is the retirement date for the Natural History Museum getting pushed back? It's been out of stock on Lego for a while. Trying to figure out if I should get it at Target at some point. Well, if you can get it for a deal at Target, I would definitely, do that, because sometimes you never know. Target might market it like 20% off. You might be able to stack sometimes they do those like gift card things where if you spend $75 on like toys or something, you get like a $15 gift card. This is due to retire still at the end of December. I haven't gone over the retirement list in like a week, but I have been checking it weekly now since we are now in the second half of the year. This is temporarily out of stock. It will come back in stock before the December 31st retirement date. So I wouldn't panic yet, Mary. I don't know if you were here in the beginning, but I did say that, for December retirement dates, my panic window starts on, when Halloween is over. So November 1st. That's when I would start to panic about certain sets. But right now, I think you still have time on your side. And, this one is, like you mentioned, available from many different places. So you're definitely good. John, are you planning to pick up the Icons Knight Rider? No, that one is not on our radar. We do have a lot of sets that we do want to get, especially several of the leak sets. And like I said, I've got a video talking about all those sets in the works for later in the week. Hall of Justice would be awesome. Absolutely. I saw some Japanese Twitter posts that looked like they were getting 500 extra reward points for the first purchase. I did hear about that, Booster, as well. So maybe something like that will happen tonight. What time should I be on the site for the Bricklink re-release next Monday? I covered that in my video today. To be on the site, I would try to be on at least 30 minutes before the release. It doesn't matter, if you get to the site first, it's then you get put in a queue. Everybody goes into the queue at the moment the second chance drop opens up. So getting there 6 hours earlier does not benefit you over somebody who gets there 5 seconds before. What does benefit you most is making sure that, I know this sounds basic to some people, but literally this is what messes some people up. Just making sure that you're logged into your Insiders account, having your most recent address on file or most up-to-date address, all your credit card information or preferred method of payment, all that stuff ready to go. And that will, give you the most opportunity for success. And that, in that live stream that we do a week from today, I'll be live at least an hour before the drop. And I'll be, walking you guys through everything that you need to know, answering questions, and hopefully helping, a lot of you guys, successfully pick up some of those sets at retail. A new UCS Millennium Falcon is set to be released in 2027. Would you wait for this? All right. So I didn't really want to get too much into the leaks tonight, just because a lot of my thoughts are going to be in this video that I'm hoping to have out Wednesday or Thursday. I don't want to get too in the weeds. I'm gonna cover, if hopefully you guys are okay with that. I will cover that. That is a big topic for my video on Wednesday or Thursday, Bruno. So just hold out on that. I will, I got you covered there because I have a lot of thoughts. I will say Lumi Bricks Toy Store is a fantastic set, super well designed and very fairly priced. Oh, that's great to know, Kevin. Double points on Minas Tirith are never late, nor are they early, but shall arrive precisely when they mean to. Yeah, that would be great if we did see double points on Minas Tirith. What's going on, Francois? Hi, here in Canada, we had the premium Pokeball all month for all $50 purchases instead of the Smart Play thingy, since the whole Smart Play range is not available at all here for some unknown reason. Yeah, I do think that is the biggest injustice when it comes to the Smart Play system. I think it's completely unfair that Lego only chose 6 countries to roll it out and not give the rest of the world an opportunity to like it, not like it, or hate on it. So I think just from that aspect, the Smart Play launch is a fail, in my opinion. If you're going to put all of this money into it, at least give every single region of the world that you provide Lego products to an opportunity to try out these products, even if that means they literally only rolled out, one Star Wars Smart Play set, the Millennium Falcon Smart Play set, and everybody has an opportunity to get it. One Pokemon Smart Play set, everybody has an opportunity to get it. I think that would have been a much better strategy than just cherry picking 6 regions of the world or 6 countries that have an unfair advantage on the on the rest of the world. But it doesn't matter, like, because most of the smart play is not selling well or doing particularly well. So who knows how long it will be around. We do know that it will be around at least through 2027. Oh, what's going on, Jander? Great to see you, man. Richard in the house. Too bad Lego can't just add lights to their sets. So I actually prefer like my sets lightless, although I do think it would be cool if Lego did offer lighting kits as like an additional items that they sold on the side. We've played around like a little bit with light kits, and they can be very frustrating depending on like which company makes them. And that's another thing, like I'm sure we'll get into quite a bit on the channel in the future. The Lego bubble will never pop. Too many adults with extra money to spend. Yeah, I agree, TF Brick Squad. I think that it's many things, but I think Lego, the beauty of it is it can make adults feel like a kid again. And I think if you can provide that through your product, you're going to be around for a very long time. And I know that's how I feel sometimes. Like somebody just mentioned the city construction dump truck. Like I was building some of these construction vehicles before we left town, and I was having a blast. I told you, and I was like, I feel like a little kid again. And it's a really special feeling when you can be like brought, like transcended back to a time in your life that's far simpler than being an adult and everything you have to deal with now. John, this sounds terrible. I'm sorry. There are some super chats before the stream started. If you can still see them, and I don't mean mine, it was dumb. Please ignore it. No, not at all. If I ever miss a super, please just let me know. I got a super right here. FCB Javi 5 says, I have a budget for one, Bardur or Mighty Bowser plus Pikachu. I love all three. Which would you pick and why? Best set / investment. Well, thank you so much for the $5 super. Yeah, let's jump into this. Mighty Bowser plus Pikachu. All right, so let's get some prices going here so we can quickly run through this. Mighty Bowser, didn't this one, is this like about to retire, or didn't this one already retire, unfortunately? I think you're out of luck here on this one. It does say sold out, so I'm pretty sure this is a set that already retired. Pikachu, so I mean, I know that kind of puts like one half of your options here out of whack. Which Pikachu? I mean, there's a couple of Pikachus now. We got the $200 one and the $70 one. Unless I'm missing something here. Bardur is pretty expensive. So, and I don't think Bardur, I know off the top of my head, is not retiring for a long time. So I personally would not invest in a set that is not due to retire. This is $460. The threshold for the GWP is only $180. So I might be missing something here on your options, but I wouldn't choose either one of these options. I mean, you couldn't buy the Mighty Bowser because it's retired, and Bardur is like far too expensive. Unless you were just asking about Pikachu on its own, the $200 Pikachu. If you were to pick up that one, I mean, once again, that is the closest one to the threshold, with it being 200. And it does say it's on double points right now. So this would be my pick. But once again, this one is not due to retire for a very long time. So I would also not buy this for investing purposes. Now, if you want to buy this because it's, double points and you get the GWP, and you're okay with sitting on it for a very long time, you could do that. But thank you again for the super. Hopefully that helped. We got Brick Ran X, who says bubble is currently bursting. August sales are hurting. I think that's why they got this impromptu sale, maybe due to back to school, etc., but low Lego sales this month so far. Yeah, I mean, well, I was surprised by how many people were at the store on August 1st buying sets at full price. So until you see people stop showing up on the 1st of the month, I think the bubble's doing just fine. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if August sales are down. I mean, but Lego keeps raising their prices. So what do they expect? I mean, our wages are not keeping up with inflation. Like you mentioned, kids are going back to school. People are going back to college. We've got real life expenses, and Lego is not a priority. Kevin says, I did just find 2 of the Mandalore battle packs on clearance at Target for $10 each. Was very happy because I never usually catch clearance deals. Well, congratulations, Kevin. I am also in the boat. I usually seem to miss out on clearance as well. Oh, Jander, thank you so much. Dropping the $10 super. If you guys are not following Jander and over on Whatnot, one of the best Whatnot sellers, by the way, he is such a good seller, and I'm such a terrible friend that I actually purposely avoid going into his streams because it is very difficult to not spend money. And the reason that it's difficult to not spend money in his streams is because he's always giving back. He's doing these crazy giveaways. People are sponsoring sets to give away all the time, left and right. People in the chat are constantly giving stuff to one another. It's a really great community that he's built over there. So usually I watch silently without saying anything in the background. And, I try not to bid, but I do need to come over there a couple more times for at least throughout the rest of the year and pick up some stuff, because he's, like I said, one of the best sellers. Yoho says, I didn't get an email about the BDP Series 6 leftovers. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Is this a common issue? It is a very common issue. I've been subscribed to the Bricklink newsletter for however many years now. I don't know, like 10, 12, whenever we signed up for Bricklink initially. And today was literally the first time that we ever got a second chance drop email. So yeah, it's a common problem. You're not alone on that. That's another big reason why I like to drop the second chance drop videos, to let people know about what's coming, because a lot of people don't get the emails, or it goes to spam, or it just doesn't go through for whatever reason. My wallet wishes I didn't get into minifig collecting. Yeah, I hear you on that. Absolutely. I'm right there with you, D-Glaze. Lego is bleeding the bank account dry. Thank you so much for getting us the deals. Yeah, absolutely, Goblin King. I don't want you guys, like, there's so many areas in life that are going to be expensive, For us, I mean, just within the last 2 years, I mean, we bought a house, our very first home, and, Joanna had a baby last year, our beautiful daughter, Sophia. So, I feel like are understanding truly what it means to be adults, responsible parents, all that jazz. And, our school taxes just went up. Like, why do I have to worry about school taxes? My kid isn't even in school yet. And why are they going up? Like, who is mismanaging the funds over at the school? But anyway, there's so many things that are going to be expensive in life and that are going to keep getting expensive. At least with Lego, it's something that we can live without. However, it makes us happy. And, there are deals out there. So why not capitalize on the deals? Big Mac Brick says, how long until someone does a rebrickable and turns the Snoopy into a snow cone maker? Probably not long. There's some very talented people that do all the rebrickable designs. We actually have a very important rebrickable video coming up soon. I know many of you guys reached out and asked why our alternate builds of the UCS Mando N1 turned into the Mandalorian Gauntlet Starfighter video was pulled down. It was pulled down for a couple reasons. The biggest reason is we're currently working with the designer to hopefully get his design corrected so that it is an actual build that can be constructed. So we just want to make sure that everything is accurate in that sense before we put the video back up. Regardless, we will be putting the video back up, and there will be a follow-up video. But in the meantime, we're working with the designer to hopefully get those issues fixed that I brought up in my video. So I appreciate you guys noticing and reaching out about that. These rebrickable designers, they're just doing this in their free time. They don't work for the Lego group, and they're not perfect, and that's completely okay. But we just want to make sure that we've done our due diligence on our end, he's doing his due diligence on his end, and we want to give you guys the best content as possible. Here you go on Double Points today. The Barati Floating Restaurant, Going Merry Pirate Ship, Windmill Village Hut, and Buggy the Clown Circus Tent. Oh man, is that it for us in North America? We still got 11 more minutes, unless that's leaked somewhere. I just recently moved and got to design my new space with Lego in mind. My display space increased by about 5 times. Needless to say, my backlog is shrinking. Oh man, that's something you don't hear too often every day, Dungeon Master Michael. Congratulations, that sounds awesome. Can't wait to see your mods on the Imperial Shuttle so I can fix mine. Yeah, that is the one in the works. Oh my gosh, am I really that behind in the chat? I am so sorry, guys. We are quite behind. I'm going to try to speed through this before midnight here. I would be thrilled if One Piece are on Double Points tonight. I've been waiting for an appropriate moment to get the Barati restaurant. Well, depending on what we see, sounds like that might be a realistic possibility. For me, the build experience is more important than displaying the set for an extended period, getting good at taking sets apart. Oh, there you go, Tanya. Let's get to 20K. We're doing exceptionally well, guys. Last couple of days especially have been tremendous. So thank you guys so much for all the support. Just hit 18, and that's crazy because remember, our initial goal for this year was 10. So it's August, and we're still at 18, and we still have like 4 months, right? 4 or 5 months left. That's pretty crazy. What's up, Linda? Great to see you. Apparently, it's only a few stores nationwide that get damaged box sets in. I have not heard that, RDT. I mean, I've seen damaged boxes in multiple Lego stores, at least here in the Northeast of the United States. So maybe it's I know some of those stores, actually, there might be something to your point, though. I think it's only a few stores that are excluded from Damage Box, because I've heard like stores in like the what are they called? Like the Legoland stores and some of these like mini Lego stores like that are kind of in other places. They're not regular mainstream Lego stores. Like they might not be allowed to put out Damage Box specials, but I mean, every single Lego store I've walked into usually has a Damage Box special at some point in time. We got Gold Dust and Goods coming in. I have a vintage Snoopy snow cone maker. I remember trying to sell them lemonade stand style as a kid in the 80s. A Lego rebrickable would be cool. Yeah, very nice. What's going on? Clip Productions 882. Howdy, John. Just clocked out, and now I get the X Mansion because if this goes out of stock, I'm going to be SOL because it's nowhere else. Oh, yeah. What's going on with the X Mansion these days? That is a big one. I think that is going to be the most popular December retirement set. It's on back order. So I would still hold out on this. Like, I wouldn't pick this up tonight. But, if you really want it, you're hyped for Avengers Doomsday, you're hyped for all the X-Men stuff. Completely understand you picking it up now, but I mean, I would wait till double points, but that's just me. Moa Kush Brody 7748 says, I've been collecting Lego for a long time, but I feel like such an outsider sometimes. I don't know any of the acronyms or lingo people use. Well, I actually made a specific video, Moa Kush Brody, basically like spelling out literally all the basic terms to try to help people not feel like an outsider. And if there's any term that I ever use live that you're like, hey, what does that mean? Like AFOL, adult fan of Lego, very basic stuff like that. Please just call it out in the chat. Like everybody in our community is welcome. Like whether you started collecting Lego yesterday or if you're like a seasoned veteran, absolutely love the hobby through and through for the last, 40, 50, 60, however many years. Like, we're here to bring everybody together. There's no gatekeeping. There's no guarding. There's no secrets. There's nothing. It's all out on the table. We're all here to help each other. And please, if you have any questions, and that goes to everybody else in the chat, if you ever have any questions, drop it live. If I'm live, drop in the comments of any one of our videos, or there have been people who don't feel comfortable publicly asking something. You can shoot us an email, slapshotbricks@gmail.com, anytime, day or night, or you could message us, slapshotbricks on Instagram. Like we are pretty accessible, and I'm happy to help as much as I can. They do spend a lot on Pokemon cards. Absolutely. Someone mentioned the $35 EV at Sam's Club and that no one is getting them, but I bought a copy there, and so did a friend of mine. Maybe it's just us, but it's not nobody. Oh, there you go. They sold two. Yeah, there you go. I think the Star Trek Bridge will have a GWP on September 1st. As of right now, there is no GWP rumored for that set, but you never know. There could be. I mean, Lego could pull out some GWPs. I'm waiting for Snorlax. We got Munchlax before Snorlax. Is crazy. Yeah, I mean, it seems like Pokemon is probably going to be around for a while. So I think there's going to be a lot of possibilities for cool sets. I'm thinking about spending $360 for two GWPs, one for my sealed and the other to build. What's your thoughts on that? I think that's completely fine. Lego doesn't enforce their own one GWP through per household policy. So yeah, I'm actually planning on getting 3 GWPs, one for us, one to give away here on the channel for our stockpile, and one for a friend. I don't know if Josh is watching tonight, but it's his birthday today. So it was his birthday today or yesterday. I'm not a terrible friend. It's hard to remember birthdays, but I'm getting he decided, he actually just texted me a couple days ago, and he's like, I want all the restaurant GWPs. And I'm like, cool, don't get Grease. I will buy, a couple sets that we need for videos and for our collection, and I'll make sure I'll get you Grease for your birthday. Contra, what's going on? Great to see you, man. How you doing, John? What's up? Mickey, joining you tonight from my garage in Iowa with a summer shandy in my hand, enjoying the weather and waiting anxiously to see the deals. Well, Mickey, it is always great to see you. Thank you for joining us tonight. The Kanto badges are still available on the website. Not selling that big set. Yeah, that set is it is pricey. Fluke Girl, what's going on? Hi, John. Been watching, but just now coming into the chat. No plans to buy tonight. I've got to wait till I get paid, and I think that's very smart of you, Fluke Girl. I really appreciate you being in here. Honestly, and this goes back to my other comment, all hobbies seem to be going up in cost, and collectors will focus on one thing, cards, Lego, or whatever. Yeah, I think that's life. I think just with so much going on in life, I think it's hard to focus on multiple things, especially if you have kids, family, job, career, multiple jobs. I mean, it's tough to keep up with everything going on in life. But I think there's actually like a beauty in focusing on 1, 2, or at max 3 things, because if you just give your all for like a few things, I feel like you can flourish and be passionate and really enjoy it, rather than be like, oh yeah, I do all this different stuff, and you're involved in like 15 different hobbies, but you only spend like 10 to 20 minutes on each one a week. I feel like then you're not really fully dedicated. So I think only having a few hobbies or a few activities is a good thing. They should have gone with more play sets for Pokemon, not smart play. Yeah, I agree on that 100%. What's up, Jeff? Hey, how goes the battle tonight? Good, sir. I'll wait and to buy on the secondary market here in Canada. It's over $200 for the threshold. Man, I feel bad for you guys up in Canada because you guys are just so nice to the rest of the world. The least that you should have to worry about is higher Lego prices. So I appreciate you being in here, Jeff, and hopefully you can secure one of those GWPs on the secondary market. The only downfall to buying 7 large boxes off the pick-a-brick wall, sorting it all out when you have downtime. Yeah, I have so much Lego that we still need to sort through. The parting station has not been touched very much over the last few weeks, but we'll get to it. It'll happen. Let's see. Partway through Minas Tirith at the moment. It's been so fun so far. Well, I'd love to hear that. Lego is fun. Yeah, absolutely. Clutchfire, what's going on? Another fellow channel member. Guys, don't forget, if you are a channel member, feel free to use your monthly free channel member super chat, which highlights how many months you've been a member of Slapshot Bricks. I wouldn't be surprised if Lego came out with a Pokemon CMF with a super rare one like Mr. Gold. A golden Pikachu chase would be nuts. Yeah, I think they should not do that, actually. We're just seeing all the craziness on the news with all the Pokemon collectors. I think that would unfortunately bring out more hostility and people getting hurt. And I unfortunately, just because Pokemon fans are just like so crazy about that kind of stuff, I think that could actually do a lot of damage to Lego as a brand. I think a CMF would be great, but I don't know if doing another Mr. Gold situation would be, essentially wise, but that's just my opinion. The second chance for Series 6 BDP is by email only. No, anybody can participate. As long as you have the link, we'll be providing the links during our live stream on Monday. So, no, you don't need the email. We got you covered there. Linda says, I'm saving my money for Star Wars releases in 2027. Me too, Linda. We did not spend, I think I only bought 2 Star Wars sets here. Oh, I bought 3. I bought the UCS Mando N1. I bought the Imperial Shuttle. I don't know if that technically counts because I literally just bought it to do a video, and then I'm giving the set to Jonathan. And then I bought the Carson Teva X-Wing because I love Carson Teva. I think he's an excellent character from Star Wars, and happy to see that he finally got a minifig. So only 3 sets that I bought so far here in 2026. But based on the leaks, I'll probably be buying a lot in 2027 if they all look as good as they sound. My advice for anyone wanting a Bricklink Series 6 set is be ready and go for it. I did not think I would ever own an adventure in Transylvania, but I managed to snag one on the last second chance. Don't give up. Well, that's great advice coming from Mickey, a successful second chance drop recipient there. So there you go. How do you qualify for the email? It's very easy to sign up for the email. I'll walk you guys through it Monday during the live stream. I don't remember the exact like tabs you have to check off the top of my head, but yeah, if you come to the live stream Apex Predator on Monday, I'll walk you through everything. Should I get the Outlaw Forest Den? I think you should. I think it's a great set. Oh man, I am still like super far behind in the chat. I'm gonna fast forward. God, I'm so sorry. There's so many great people that I missed. A lot of excellent comments. This is just how it goes. We got a couple channel member anniversary supers. Marky Mark coming in. Marky Mark, thank you so much for dropping that super chat earlier on the video as well. He says Canada is awesome as they gave us hockey. Let's go Canada. Yeah, absolutely love that. Autism Musician says Brick by Brick coming in now as a channel member for 2 months. Marky Mark, also a channel member for 2 months. Marky Mark, I also saw you sent us an email. So sorry, I've not had a chance to get back to that email yet, but I really appreciate you, sending over or writing whatever you did. Guys, it is the midnight hour. And let's see what's shaking on the Lego website here. Do they have anything interesting for us? I'm actually going to open up a second tab so I can do my own shopping here. But oh yeah, don't forget to activate Rakuten if you haven't done so already. I'm actually going to activate mine right here a little bit. Every dollar counts. Jeannie, great to see you. Hello, lovelies. Could not wait. Bought Outlaw Den on the secondary market, building it and hanging out. Oh, there you go. Hey, it's a great set. So I can't fault you there for already picking it up. I like how Lego combines hobbies. I would like making minis and doll houses and started getting supplies for that during college, but it takes so much time and Lego hits that creative itch in a reusable way. That is a great point, Mary. Yeah, they really do a good job there. Have you ever ordered a pick and break online, and is it a good deal versus Bricklink? It is. It is. I've made several PAB orders. It is crazy what some parts go for on Bricklink, and you can easily understand why people literally make livings off of Bricklink, because there are certain parts that you can get for 2 cents on PAB that will cost you 24 cents on Bricklink, only because not many people are selling it on Bricklink. It is ridiculous. The only problem is, like, you don't know when you're going to need a certain piece. And if you're like me and you're constantly doing like rebrickable and custom and alt builds and all this stuff where you're swimming through rebrickable all the time, what I should try to get in a better habit of is making PAB orders and trying to figure out which pieces we use frequently to save ourselves some money from Bricklink, because Bricklink is so expensive. I've gotten some great sets in the toy clearance shelves. I got the $80 43258 Moana set for $29 because the box was torn. Oh my gosh, Essie Mom, congratulations. That is amazing. All right, I'm gonna refresh here. What do we got? So what is the big August 11th Insider members 1-day sale only? What do we got? I am an insider, Lego. Show me what I've won. Let's see. Where's the offers and sales? What do we got? Should see the Grease GWP. We all knew about that. The Adventure Grows Bolder with double loyalty points. Is this it? Okay, and they got some pajamas that are 30% off. Oh, this is actually cute. Hang on. That's actually kind of cool. This Christmas sweater. Oh, man, if it would load. I feel like Joanna. Oh, man, that's adorable. What size do they have? Oh, God, none of the good sizes. All right, if you're an extra small, you're covered. I didn't know they made this. Joanna and I would definitely rock that for Christmas. Okay, so we've got some sets on sale. Oh, thank goodness. The Fennec Shan keychain is down to $1.79. Wasn't it always $1.79? That's it? Or is this just Lego? Come on. Some mugs and keychains? And the 2025 Frozen Advent Calendar? Not even the 2026 one? Wow. That's kind of weak. That's what you got everybody hyped up for? The candle? The Christmas decoration candle? It's 30% off? They got to do better. All right, let's see what we got for GWPs. Gift with purchase, Premier Ball. This Lego Pokemon Brick Built Premier Ball, blah, blah, blah. Spend over 40 to unlock this gift. Okay, so does that mean I can get this with Joanna just texted me. She goes, love candles. No, but Joanna, wasn't that sweater like amazing? If we were just like, we're super fluffy, as everybody knows, we're sexy walruses. If we were actually an extra small, that would be pretty sweet. All right, so let's see here. So we got Restaurants of the World. Now, do we get the Premier Ball if we spend $40 on anything? I don't see any restrictions unless, yeah, it just says spend 40 to unlock this gift, unless it's only 40 on Pokemon. What am I buying? I made a list here for. Okay, I need a couple things. All right, I just want to throw something in the cart here to see. Do we get double GWPs here if you spend over 180? Are they trying to give away? They are. Okay, all right, that helps. I just added Shopping Street to my cart. I'm not going to be buying Shopping Street tonight, but it's on my radar. Let me see if I can unshare this screen and show you guys. At least, all right, double GWPs, it helps. It's not perfect, but it's like a $5 poly bag they're just throwing in. Let me get back to the chat here for a minute. They could have done way better. That was disappointing. Oh, man, that's a bummer. Man, we got 787 people here. That's truly incredible. So I appreciate all you guys coming out. I've been collecting Lego since 1990 and have a good collection of Lego from the 60s and 70s, all with original boxes and instructions. I buy every one of the modular buildings every year, usually two. Oh, very cool, Starcadia. I'm excited for the clock tower that's rumored to be coming out January 1st of next year. Picked up the Italian Riviera as my GWP purchase. Oh, there you go. Very nice. 3 sets for double points. Oh, is it just the, what's it called? The one-piece sets? Man, they could have done better. They could have done way better. I can't believe that's it. So I guess these one-piece sets aren't selling too well. I just feel like Lego, if you're going to hype up an event, if you're going to make it like, oh, Insider Members Day for 24 hours, like, come on, like you could do a little bit better. Is the Lego Insiders just the double points one piece? Yeah, it would appear to be just that. I'd like to pick up the X Mansion, but it's so small. It is. Unfortunately, you're probably going to have to buy 2 copies if you want it to be like a substantial X Mansion. So that's what we did earlier during double points back in June. And I want to thank everybody for supporting the channel as much as they have, because I wouldn't have been able to purchase one set, let alone 2 of them, without you guys blowing up our videos in June and July. So once again, thank you to everybody. And I will be repaying you all with some epic X Mansion content. I'm thinking I was going to drop that video that I had in mind for October, but I think I'm actually going to drop it in November, closer to the Avengers Doomsday movie. What do you think of the NASA Artemis rocket, big one, since it's retiring this year? I think it's a cool set. We have several NASA sets in our collection. That one is not on our radar. I don't think we're going to be picking that one up, but Joanna has a bunch of them. I really like the shuttle carrier aircraft. I think it's super cool. This one was sold out for a little while, but it is back in stock. So yeah, if you need that one, I think that's a pretty good buy. Can't wait to get a second copy of the Art Factory when they release the leftovers. Oh, there you go, Brett. Very nice. They're giving us 500 points. Oh, they are? Oh, that's very nice of them. I'll take 500 points. How does one activate the 500 points? Is that just for new people or just the one piece for extra points? Oh, that's a bummer. What a disappointment. I know. 3 sets on double points. Complete bust. I mean, that's why, guys, I said in the beginning of the stream, my expectations were super low. At least we got the Greece GWP. Is this a joke? No, unfortunately, Lego's marketing is a little deceiving sometimes. I mean, the Big Insider Days event that we just had beginning of July, whenever that was, I mean, really the only lure was the Sea Serpent. So they need to do better. They definitely need to do better. These items have all been on sale for months and months. They have been, and they're probably on better sale right now from other retailers. Oh, there's a $500 voucher on first orders. Oh, very nice. Yeah, 500 points. We could definitely use that and put it towards our Sagrada tally. Right now we have 72,311 points, which is about $550 worth of points. I've been scanning all of our instruction booklets. Every time I see an instruction booklet in the studio here, I'm like, 10 points or whatever it is to get like 10 cents closer to Sagrada. Those mugs and keychains have been on sale forever. They have been. Yeah, they have been. What's going on, Pipsqueak? Hi, John. I was wondering, do points ever expire? Somebody told me this the other day. They said they expire if your insider's account has like no activity for like 5 years or something. Then they technically expire. There's a certain time frame, but it is a very long time. It might have been 5 years or 15 years, but so they do technically, yes, expire, but as long as like your account is active, Lego sees you buying sets, redeeming instruction booklets, redeeming insider rewards, like all little things you can do to keep your account alive. I don't think your points are going anywhere anytime soon. None of those discounts are new. Those Christmas items, keychains, and mugs have all been on sale for a while. That's pathetic. I know, coins and keychains and other stuff that isn't figs. Love that song from ACOB. Could you make these SpongeBob brickheads better, please? I would love to. I don't like the way it looks. I think it does not look like a traditional brickheads, which is weird because SpongeBob SquarePants is already square. So you would have thought he would have translated like perfectly into a brickheads. Actually, let's bring him up really quick. Here we go. Who's excited for the SpongeBob sets? We're very excited for Bikini Bottom here. But yeah, the brickhead just, it doesn't look right. And it's at that higher, disgusting price, $12.99. Like, they couldn't keep brickheads at $9.99. Like, you're telling me they were all sitting around the big table over in Denmark, and they were like, you know what, guys? I've got a plan. Last year, we made $13 billion or whatever it is. You know what's going to take us to 14? We're going to raise the price of brickheads. And, somebody was like, yes! Brickheads, that's gonna take us to the moon. Oh man, and it's just funny too, because like you see the brickheads, like they go on discount pretty frequently, so it's not working. But hey, you know what? More power to them. I I think they should still be $10 for a single pack, $20 for multi-packs, whatever. It's also weird too, because like the quad brickheads are still $40. So it's like, all right, we're going to tax them on the single brickheads. If they want 2, it's going to be 25. But if they want 4 brickheads, yeah, we're not going to raise the price on those just yet. So Barb says, looks like I'm not getting the Grease GWP today. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, definitely a little weak for sure. Oh, I've been corrected. I apologize. It's not 5 years of inactivity with your insider's account. It is 18 months. Thank you, babe. I forgot about that. Yep, I couldn't remember the exact time limit. A lot of stuff up here. 500 extra loyalty points with purchase. Hey, it's better than nothing, I guess, right? The sales were already active. There must be something wrong. There's no deal at all. Only thing I find is double points on One Piece. Yeah, it's definitely a disappointing for sale. I am whelmed. Definitely the appropriate term there. Yes, I have Premier Ball and Greek Restaurant in my cart right now. So I got multiple sets right now. I have a mix of retiring sets soon. Oh, there you go. I found the insider's only gift. It's a bonus $500 500 loyalty points on first purchase of the day. Oh, interesting. $40 on anything. Yeah, I mean, I'll take it. Like I got like a what's it called? Like the Bluey poly bag throughout the year a few times. I got like a random Razor Crest poly bag in one of our most recent orders from Lego. So they're just throwing poly bags in. I'll take it. Whatever. You know, poly bags are good. If you spend 40, you do get both. Yep, you do get both. Fortunate are those who expect nothing, as they won't be disappointed. Yeah, Moonshoes, I'm right there with you. I mean, I don't understand how they don't understand how sales work. Like, I feel like, here's the thing. If I'm Lego and I want to maximize my monies, right? Profits, what I would do is you see what the other retailers are doing. You're like, all right, Target's got Circle Week, Walmart's got Deal Days, Amazon's got Prime Week, et cetera, et cetera. I would focus on making our sales the best. And even though like all of the products are Lego, right? The house always wins. Denmark, you know, they're always making the big bucks no matter what. But like I would make people come to Lego. I would have periods of time where like you can't always offer a GWP because then the GWP isn't as special. But when you do offer a GWP, like tonight, perfect example, right? You're promoting this, you know, insider members 24-hour sale. I would give away the house. I would be like 24 hours. I would bring back every single leftover GWP I could have, you know, I could find. I would get Phil, go through the warehouse. I'd be like, you spend $160 on Star Wars, you're getting a Darksaber. You spend, you know, $180, you're getting the new Grease GWP, and you're getting the old, you know, the taco stand GWP. Like I would be loading up people's carts. I would be giving people so many reasons to spend money that they would be considering like not going on vacation next month. Like that's what I would be doing. I would just be putting stuff on discount. I'd be like, you know what? Target's got that on 20%. We can do it better. We're going to put 30%. You just do everything for like 24 hours. And then you get all these people flocking to your website, foaming at the mouth for stuff. Like if you do leftover GWPs, I mean, that's stuff you got lying around. Like sell it, get rid of it. Let's go. Let's make some money. And then you let things fizzle out for a few weeks. You let things go back to normal. People are buying stuff at full price. It's all calm, cool and collected. And then boom, like Insiders Days comes around, Black Friday comes around, all these other big promotions, and you go hard again. And then I feel like you do that a few times, you're going to start really reeling people in, because then when you tell people like we're having a sale and you're going to want to be there. And people are going to be there because they're going to be like, listen, they're going to throw up some GWPs. There's going to be discounts. There's going to be double points. There's going to be insider rewards. Like, babe, you don't understand. Like, I can't go to Sherry's birthday party this weekend because there's a Lego drop and I got to be there for it. Like, you turn some of these little sale days into like, sneaker level blowout drops. And I think that's just me. That's how I would make the money. But, this, unfortunately, I feel like, Lego never fails at this point. I feel like this hurts their reputation for sales a little bit, because now people are like, what does it mean? What does it matter? In sale, insider days, insider member days. Like, come on, what's so special about it? Like, anyway, I could go on and on, but it is what it is. I think they've done it okay this year with sales, but I also think they could have done a lot better. Could just get the new Sandcrawler. You could get the new Sandcrawler. Last year, perfect example. I think they did a really good job for Insider Days. last November. There was multiple GWPs, there were sales, there was double points, there was big discounts on big sets like Lion Knight's Castle, Ninjago City Markets, like all that kind of stuff. Like that was exciting. That got people, going crazy over Lego, and it was fun. People were getting deals, stuff was selling out. But you know what? At the end of the day, this is also good too for our wallets, because if Lego was to go ham with these big sales promotions all the time, we would all be broke. So as Moon Shoes is saying, big W, no money spent, nothing wrong with saving your money for another day. Your money's not going to be bad 2 months from now, 3 months from now. Lego will still be around. They'll still have all these sets in stock. You really don't have to panic until November 1st. Picked up 2 of the city construction sets to get the GWP. Came in just over the threshold. There you go, Kenneth. That's what I like to see. I have the X Mansion. It's cool. Oh, very nice. Oh, we got Jason hitting us with the $5 super. Will you share your thoughts on possible GWPs for the new Millennium Falcon in your upcoming video? Excited to think what they might do. I will. I'm going to break it all down. I have a lot of thoughts on the new Millennium Falcon. I actually have thoughts on both of the new Millennium Falcons that are coming out. I think we're starting to literally overdo it with Millennium Falcons, but I get where Lego is headed. But yes, I'll be happy to break it all down. I'm going to be talking about specifically, what should you do in regards to if you were one of the people who I know there's a lot of people out there saving up for the existing UCS Millennium Falcon. Do you buy that at $850, or do you now hold out for the $1,000 Millennium Falcon that's rumored to be coming? Spoiler warning, I don't think it'll be $1,000. I think Lego will bump it up to $1,100 or maybe even $1,200, because why not? And that makes headlines, and that outperforms your UCS Death Star, but who knows? They may cap it at $1,000, and that might be the next $1,000 set. But yeah, I will break it all down for you, Jason. And I'm going to be doing like a big smash video. I don't want to go all in on like 1 or 2 of the leaks. I just want to give you guys quick thoughts of each leak, because a lot of the leaks, they could turn out to be completely nothing. So that's just what we have to do for leaks of this magnitude. I mean, any leak really, unless it's coming from like multiple sources. But when we get leaks of this magnitude, and there are some things that I have not seen any other creators bring to light, and that's going to be like the purpose of my video. And ultimately, like, you guys know how we run our channel. It's all with saving money in mind, taking a realistic approach to the hobby, and how this is going to affect us long-term as Lego fans and collectors. How does the 500 points work? Someone said if you just make a purchase during this 24-hour period, like your first purchase, you get the 500 points, but you have to like activate it probably in the insider store or something. One day, one special promotion, get 500 extra loyalty points for your first order of the day. Yeah, that is not worth the hype. Absolutely. Yeah, Digital Kyle said it right there. Not worth the hype. Can you spend money that's next to your points? I have $720. Can you spend the money that's next to your points? What do you mean? Yeah, you can spend it. Yeah, 100%. That's what your points are. Yeah, if you have $720 worth of points, you can get $720 worth of Lego right now for free. Somehow got the Premier Ball with no Pokemon purchase. Yeah, it's a general GWP. All right. Oh, you just got Shopping Street. Oh, there you go, Tamale. I actually really want to get Shopping Street now, because there's a specific alt build that just got thrown up on Rebrickable by a designer that I really like, and it looks like a really sturdy model and better than Shopping Street on its own. So, John, for the second chance, Bricklink Mine or Art Factory? Ooh, I would go Gold Mine, man. I think the Gold Mine is gorgeous. No discredit to the Art Factory, but I would personally go Gold Mine. I think just something special. Actually, I got that set literally right here because I pulled it out for our video today. Like, how epic is this? I'm gonna take the share screen off for a minute here. Like, guys, like, how crazy is this set? Absolutely insane. Like, Lego would never come out with anything like this. This is like, thank goodness for the Bricklink Designer Program. Like, that is the only way we would get a sweet looking set like this. And I want to somehow finagle it into our city with like the Wild West train pulling up alongside it somehow. I mean, have like a crazy like shootout gunfire scene. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun with that set. I'm very much looking forward to that. First order of the day. Yeah, first order of the day. That's what people are saying. Trick or treat. Oh God, don't say that. No, it's not that bad. The museum is one of my favorite. Just got to finish yesterday with my 4-year-old boy. Oh, there you go, Starcadia. Very nice. Expectations were low, but holy sheesh, yeah, this was very low. You know what? But sometimes like this, hey, we all got to hang out. We all got to laugh. We all got to spend time together, talk Lego. That's what it's all about, right? Deanna says, "Hi, John. I have Superboy, but I only have the torso. Can't find the correct pants or head. Do you know anything about this fig?" I do. I do have Superboy. I have that exact minifig in my collection. What you can do is just go to Bricklink, and I'm sure you'll be able to find out actually, here, I can do it for you right now. If you go to Brick Economy, that's usually the quickest way to find out the number of the minifig. So type in Superboy. Okay, so Superboy is SH, which stands for Superheroes 143, right? Yeah. Okay, so here, let me show you guys. So this is how I do it when I'm looking up a specific number of a minifig. It's just easier to search for specific stuff on Brick Economy than it is for sorry about the ads. I need to sign in. But so here you go. So this is Superboy, right? He has like the jeans and the belt print for his legs here. So you said you've got the torso, which is great. It's actually a pretty expensive minifig. Holy smokes, $267. Oh my God, I bought this for like $9 years ago. $267. What? Oh my gosh, that's insane. Yeah, I got this for like dirt cheap. Okay, anyway, what you can do is, so it's SH143, right? And then you can go type this into Bricklink, that specific number, and then it'll show you the breakdown on Bricklink. Here, let me see if I can do it really quick. Bricklink SH143. And then you can see the makeup of the minifigure, and then you can search the sellers that are selling the Superboy pants. Unfortunately, are there nobody? Why is it not showing me? All condition. Are there nobody? Is nobody selling Superboy on Bricklink right now? Is that what's happening? That can't be right. Okay, Superboy. Yeah, SH143. Here we go. Let me pull it up for you guys to show you what I'm looking at. Superboy. Okay. I don't know if anybody's just selling the legs, though. Okay, man, this one's selling it. Slight scratch on mean face, but barely noticeable. Still for $240. Oh, that's crazy. These are pretty crazy prices. Holy smokes. Superboy unassembled. See, I would try to find, like, if you just need the legs, if somebody had one with like a cracked torso, that they'd be willing to sell you for like a cheaper price. But look, there's only 29 listings here, and they're all like super expensive. Damn. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Yeah, it's a hard one. What you could also do is you could try to find legs that are similar to what Superboy has, and you might be able to buy them from like a cheaper fig, and you could like have like a close Superboy. I had no idea that fig was so expensive nowadays. That's crazy. I'm so sorry. But at least you have the torso. Like if I had to choose between the torso or the legs, I would much rather have the torso, because at least that has the Superman logo and everything. Oh man, Elemental Exposure hitting us with the $5 super. Any danger to pre-ordering the Star Trek bridge with this set of GWPs? No. You could pre-order it right now and get the Pokeball here and the what's it called, the Grease GWP. The only thing about, so here's the thing that I caution people when it comes to pre-ordering. I particularly don't like to pre-order Lego sets, and the main reason that I don't like to is because you don't know if there's going to be a better GWP or promo or double points or sale on it later on, once the set either releases the first day or after it releases. And like you totally could pre-order it tonight. You'll get your 2 GWPs. However, if you, let's say like Lego pulls a fast one, right? And they say, all right, if you spend X number of dollars, right, you'll get this GWP. Let's say at like $250 on September 1st, like another general GWP. And you're like, hey, Lego, like let's say you bought this and like another $50 set, and you're like, hey, I spent the $250. I should get that other general GWP. They're not going to give it to you because you didn't make the purchase within that window of the other GWP. And then, yeah, you could play the whole cancellation game and then reorder it, and you could do all that. But like, that's just the main reason why I don't pre-order, because you just don't know if that set is going to be part of potentially a better promo period when it does go up for sale, or maybe even like mid-September, there could be another GWP that you want. So, but it's completely up to you. If you want Grease and you want, you're cool with the Pokeball, go for it. Grab it. It's 200. It's only 20 over the threshold. Just remember, you're probably not going to get the GWPs until this set ships on, August 29th, 31st, whatever they decide to ship it to you. I haven't scanned my instruction points yet. It takes forever to do. It does. I will say, though, when they initially rolled out the scan feature, it was awful. Now the scan feature is so much better. Like, when I remember when they rolled it out like 2 or 3 years ago, I was like literally sitting there for like minutes at a time. Like, why is this not scanning my barcode? And now I just line up all the barcodes on the table, and you can go click, 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 like fill out the little form. Like, yep, bought it for myself. Yep, bought it for my kid. Yep, bought it for a birthday. Like, you can just go through there. Yeah, don't ever pre-order. Like, I don't. Some people like to, because I guess they want the set like as soon as possible, but I'm not a big fan of pre-ordering. Combining all this with your Rakuten deal, so all in all, 2 extra sets of $50 cash back and $500 or 500 points, not too bad. I would say it's not too bad. Yeah, absolutely. If you guys haven't done, the Rakuten sign up, highly recommend doing it to get that $50 bonus. I wish you could get that $50 bonus more than once, but grabbing the $50 bonus plus, what's it called? You get the cash back. That's another thing too. So Rakuten usually does a 2.5% cash back. If you were to pre-order this set, and let's say you waited instead until there was like a Rakuten promo where they were running like 10% back or 15 or even 20% cash back, you'd be missing out on that if you pre-ordered this set now potentially. So that's why, waiting, you can't get burned on waiting, but I think with new sets, you have so much time. So, time is definitely on your side. Brett says, starting with May the 4th, all these promotional periods have been pretty lame. The only really good deal they've had this year was Jabba Sail Barge on quadruple points. Yeah, they did. And I think they still could have done better than that. And that's why I elected not to buy it. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's been okay. I think the Darksaber at 160 wasn't too bad if you combined it with, a few other things. But yeah, hopefully in Saturdays for November, they make up for it. Let me see. Oh my gosh, how am I this behind chat? I'm so sorry, guys. It's hard to keep up, man. There's so many great comments that I want to talk about. This is an ACOB sale, coins and keychains and other stuff that isn't figs. I know. Hey, at least the Grease WP has a fig. Gary hitting us with the $2 super, picked up the Imperial Star Destroyer and PAB 2 GWPs. Oh, there you go. Very nice. Too bad insiders points are non-transferable. Yeah, that's definitely more. I would gladly send you guys some points. Like, if we had extra points after Sagrada, dude, I would happily send some people some points as thank yous, because we have so many people like Bruno, big supporters of the channel, that I would love to somehow give back more to you guys. And once again, thank you guys so much for the very generous super chats tonight and all the super thanks. We're now up to 58 videos in a row, which is absolutely just crazy. If we somehow make it to 100 by the end of the year, like, we got to do some kind of crazy give back celebration. Lego is generous, giving us $385 if we spend 180. Yeah, how generous. But I mean, technically they don't have to give us anything, but then, you could turn around and be like, well, technically I don't have to spend 180. And you don't. Like, don't give in to the FOMO. Like, if you guys don't think the deals are good enough, then don't spend anything. Oh, what's up, Gus? Great to see you. I'm doing very well, man. Hope all things are well on your end. Dropping cheddar tonight. Yeah, I'm sure. Says the the king of not spending money right there, but in a good way. Cutlass says, hey, I just wanted to repeat my message from your skip. No worries. Just want to let people know, if you have Capital One shopping, they have a deal with 60 off 100. Oh, wow. Very nice. Yeah, I'm so sorry. There was like that chunk of messages that I just had to skip. I was trying to catch up at the midnight hour like I normally do. So if I miss anybody's message and you're like, you really wanted me to read it, or you thought it was really important, please drop it again. I'll be happy to read it. Bardor, I think, is now like a 2028 retiring set. Like, it's crazy. I think Sophia will be in kindergarten, and that set will still be on shelves. An amazing hobby and product, and saying this is a multi-billion-dollar company. I know, right? Absolutely crazy. What's with the split screen commercials on the live stream? Is this new, or have I managed to avoid this up until tonight? It is something that not Lego, YouTube started doing. What we do is we just have the ads on like the lowest whatever. Like you can choose the frequency of the ads. We just put it on like the lowest. So I'm so sorry that there's still ads. Was there a bad promotion? I guess I'm saving my money besides for the GWP for the art gallery set. Can't wait for the stream. Yeah, the stream will be Monday. I'll get it posted tomorrow so you guys can set the notification reminders. Hey, here in Romania, the premiere ball is for sale at the Lego store for $5. I believe it's for sale for $5 here as well, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's about what they go for. Sorry if this was already asked. Just got a chance to join. Any thoughts on picking up the Botanical Garden tonight? I'm afraid it's going to go out of stock before the December retirement. And CVAth, no, nobody has asked specifically about that set tonight. But I know many people are starting to get a little, antsy about that set as well. That's another big retirement, December retiring set. I would hold out. I know it's on the back order, CVAth. I would hold out on it. I would think that this would be a perfect one to pick up during the next double points because you could probably slam this with another GWP or two. So yeah, I would personally hold out. I don't think you need to panic yet. I think you hit the panic button November 1st. If this thing is still in stock and you're like, whoo, getting nervous, that's when you grab it. Hopefully that helps. Pull the trigger and got the Dune Ornithopter and a speed champion for the kiddo. Got the GWP to add to the collection. Oh, there you go, Marcos. Thank you so much for sharing. And I love that you got a speed champion set for your son. That's pretty awesome. Good looking out on the Capital One deal. Yeah, absolutely. Ranger, what's going on? Greetings from Arizona. So much. So appreciate you jumping in the stream. And I love how you've been dropping some great comments on our videos, man. Thank you so much, Ranger. I like how you run the sale. I'm not hitting you for the job. Man, I would love that. But they would make probably too much money. And a lot of that marketing strategy and skill has come from my amazing wife, Joanna. She was actually in marketing. She was head of logistics for a supplier who's one of their main partners or whatever you call it, like customers, was Under Armour. So she dealt with, and that's why she's done so well with helping us on the back end with YouTube, because she knows Excel, she knows email, she knows coding, like all this stuff. And it's a lot of work, but it's all marketing and it's getting products to sell. And I think that's why sometimes we look at stuff and we're like, it wouldn't be that hard to get people. I mean, look at how many people that came out tonight who had money to spend, but then they were like, nah, not good enough. And I feel like every person that showed up tonight, Lego should have made that sale. And them not making that sale is lost revenue. So, yeah, it is what it is. Lego should prioritize keeping fan base happy and healthy. They think we're only worth a free $5 poly bag. Lego is taking us for granted, and it's our fault. I don't think it's our fault, because so I see that a lot now. People are like, oh, it's the Lego fans. Like, we're the ones to blame. We're the ones that should be held accountable for the adults welcome campaign, and Lego's just continuing to release more expensive sets and adults are willing to buy them, and if we really wanted them to stop, then we need to stop buying them. Like, I don't think that's fair, because like, take the Botanical Garden for example. Beautiful set right here, $330. CVAth was just asking about this. This was one that we had been saving up for a very long time. We didn't buy it day one. We didn't buy it during many different promotional cycles. We let many GWPs slip by before we finally pulled the trigger on this. But we waited till the time was best for us. It's not our fault that the set, it's $330. It's 3,792 pieces. It probably should be like a $300 set, but whatever. There's an extra $30 in there that, people can argue over, whatever. But we just waited. And I think that's what a lot of adults are waiting for the most part. They're just waiting. They're saving up their money and they're waiting for the best time to buy. So I don't think it's our fault for liking something and then just picking what time is right for us to buy. Lego, unfortunately, is the one who is raising prices. They're making it harder for Lego fans. I'm not even talking about regular people right now. They're making it harder for Lego fans to part with their money because we don't feel that the deals are good enough. And I think that's just where we are, as our business relationship. We're a customer, they're the company, they're offering the product. It's not our fault if we like the product. So it would definitely be in Lego's best interest to continue to, offer sales and deals to incentivize people to buy their product, because I think they are slowly running out of people who are willing to buy their products full price on the first day of every month. Because even if you see a few people like we did at our store on August 1st, you see those people lining up, and there was probably like 50 or 60 people, and they looked like they all grabbed at least one set at full price, no incentive. But how many of those people are going to be going back to the store September 1st, October 1st, November 1st, December 1st? Probably not many. Like, people might be just picking one release day of the year, and those are the one or two sets they're buying at full price. If I'm Lego, I would be like, well, how do I get those people to come back? Well, you got to offer incentives. And, so I think that's what they're doing. And you also got to remember too, with August 1st, for example, how many people in that line were lined up for K-pop Demon Hunters? How many people were lined up for Olivia Rodrigo? How many people were lined up for Pokemon? You take away those three, IPs right there, where you have potentially fans coming outside of the Lego space buying those sets at full price. Well, then I think you're in real trouble, because then you're really seeing how many people are left who are willing to buy Lego sets at full price with no incentive. So that's kind of what we talked about in the beginning of the stream with like the bubble bursting. I don't think the Lego bubble is going to burst. I think the Lego pricing bubble is going to not necessarily burst, but it's going to be very strained. And I think that you will start to see over the next probably decade. I don't think it's going to happen for a while, but I would say next 7 to 10 years, I think Lego will be forced to back off on producing so many large scale sets because of price and space. You're not going to be seeing these massive UCS sets rolled out 3 times a year. You're not going to be seeing all these different superhero modular buildings being released as frequently as they are. And maybe Lego will have to go back to their roots a little bit and offer, battle pack style sets, smaller to mid-scale place scale sets, minifig focus sets, and that'll be okay. And then that might work for a period of 10 to 20 years. And then they start to see, oh man, all these people have space again. You got a new influx of people into the hobby, and people have a desire for bigger and better and more complex sets. And then that's when Lego goes, okay, well, here's your, $2,000 Death Star or something in 2050, So it's going to, I think, ebb and flow. And you also have the economy side by side that you're, tangling with. So there's a lot of variables in play. I've never become a member of a YouTube channel, but I'm considering becoming a member here. What are the benefits? Is there anything more to it than financially supporting a great content creator? Well, Jeremy, I really appreciate you considering supporting our channel in that way. It really means a lot. So for starters, you'll get your name highlighted. You can do the free annual super chat every single month. You do support us financially, which is great. One of the things that we are working our way up to doing, which is going to be a main perk of our membership program, is that we want the members to have a prime hand in how our channel, specifically the city, is operating. So what we want to do is we want to take everybody who is a channel member and have a minifig of you, and you will actually get to choose where you would like to be in the city. And we haven't started the city. It's trust me, it's at the top of our to-do list. Hopefully you guys can see there's a lot of stuff over there, but we are working on it. We do also have a newborn, so just be a little bit more flexible with us. But we want to do a lot of stuff specifically with the channel members when we do get the Lego City up and running. And we do want to have like channel member only live streams where you guys get to see behind the scenes of the city and maybe some up close areas of what the general public doesn't necessarily get to see. So we're thinking stuff like that specifically for the channel members. Right now, we got you. The channel members are all on base plates. We're going to be doing a big channel member celebration later in the month because we actually surpassed 100 members. So we just wanted to do extra giveaways for you guys, stuff like that. But really just trying to make you feel as included or as part of the inner circle of the channel. Like, everybody's a part of the channel, but like, the people who do step up and support financially, like, we want to make sure that you guys feel valued and, understand how appreciative we are for you. So, and that's just the starting point. We have a lot of long-term ideas that I don't want to break down and get into just yet. But please don't feel the pressure. Like, you don't have to support. It's really just, extra couple dollars a month that goes a long way. There are so many great people who have already become channel members, and I see you guys all the time in the comment section. What YouTube also does too, which is pretty cool, is I get a special notification on my phone when a channel member leaves a comment, and I do try to do my best to respond to all the comments. But if there are certain comments I can't get to, I do try to always make sure I do thank the channel members for watching the videos and everything. It's hard right now, actually, because we've been getting so many comments on our videos. Joanna's been helping with the comments tremendously. We are trying to answer everybody's comment. I never want to make anybody feel like, oh, a channel member is priority over me. No, you're not priority, but I also don't want the channel members to see that they're, comments are going unanswered, especially since they are somebody who is directly supporting the channel financially, if that makes sense. The new Falcon will probably be all New Hope version anyways, since it's the 50th anniversary. Yeah, we'll see. We, like I said, I'll break down all my thoughts in that video in a couple days here. Sophia is the best name for a baby girl. That is also my baby girl's name. She is too. Oh, very cool. Starcadia. We love the name. I was so happy. I told Joanna, I said I really wanted a daughter. And Sophia was, up there, and I will give Joanna so much credit in the world for everything that she went through to bring Sophia to the world. But one of the things that I will never forget is when I told her Sophia, she was like, yes, we're going to do Sophia. All she asked for, she said, was, could we do Sophia with an F? So that way it could work in American, English, and Portuguese. So our Sophia has an F instead of a PH. What riggable design will you use for the X Mansion? I would like to do the Dream Build Bricks version. That's the one that I'm got my eyes set on. I had a different version that I was planning on doing, but now I'm going to do the Dream Build Bricks version, because he incorporated the X Jet, which is exactly what I wanted, because I have that set as well. So that one looks the best to me. You pointed out how the set are smaller. So what about the chances the new Falcon will be small? Man, since a lot of people want to talk about the new Falcon, I do, guys, trust me, I want to talk about the new Falcon. That's why I'm going to be doing the video in a couple days. So I'll break down all my thoughts on the Falcon, and then you guys can hash it out in the comments, and we can go back and forth on there. Yeah, Whatfig, actually, yeah, the Whatfig app is awesome as well for figuring out minifigures as well. So will you sell your Superboy to fund another Lego set? No, I love my Superboy minifig. No, I have a lot of DC figs that I could not part with, even with their high prices. Sorry if you already went over this. I just got to the stream. When is your next Bricklink second chance sale? Thank you. Love your content. What's going on, Junior Freeman? It's actually going to be on Monday. So I did drop a video on it, so feel free to go check out the video. I only put it up a few hours ago. So that video breaks down all of the the details, everything you need to know about the second chance drop. And we will be live Monday morning, an hour before the drop, to answer any more questions. So it's part number 9. Oh, thank you guys so much for helping us out with the legs for Superboy. The info you're after. Oh, thank you, Velvet. I appreciate that. So many people have been saying, like people like Velvet, Bruno. I know Travis does it. I've seen Michelle do it a couple times. Like, I've seen so many people ask questions in our comment section, and then the people that are really dedicated supporters and, moderators, if you will, of our channel, which I have to go through and make you guys official moderators. I've seen you guys answer a lot of these questions that people have. So thank you so much for doing that. Do you think it's a good time to get Arkham or something else? Not a good time to get Arkham. I would wait until the next double points promotional period to get Arkham. That was actually one that I mentioned in my first video of today. When is Batman Day? It's the 21st, right, of September. When is Batman Day? Batman Day is the 19th. I was close. September 19th. Happens to be a Sunday this year. They know if they were transferable, there would be a black market. Oh, that's true. Yeah, there would be a black market for points. Yeah. No, I knew what you meant, Bruno. You're too kind, man. Too kind. I saw you sent us an email today too. I got to get back to you on that. Took an extra 10 minutes during my break to try to buy a bunch of combos for my wish list. Couldn't get under 190, but the unexpected Premier Ball feels good. Back to the mines. Oh man, I'm happy you were able to get some stuff. And yeah, a nice bonus Premier Ball isn't too bad. Oh man, Elemental Exposure. Did you send 2 super chats? You didn't have to do that. I appreciate you doing that. Yeah, you dropped the one earlier, so thank you so much for doing. Oh, holy smokes! Wow. Okay. Holy smokes. Some other super chats here we got to get to. Man, you guys crush it with the support. Thank you so much. That's why I said, I was trying to get the extra Grease GWP to give back to you all. Anyway, you guys just blow me away. Elemental Exposure says, do we still have some time to save up for that Rivendell set? Yes, you do. Rivendell is not due to retire until December of 2027. So you got plenty of time on that. I'm going to jump to this super thanks here, or super chat, because I did not see this one come through. Ranger just became a member, so shout out to you, Ranger. We are going to try to, I was originally thinking we were going to do the channel member live stream this weekend. I don't think it's going to happen just because I'm going to need time to continue working on the videos that I'm working on. And if I'm going to be going live Monday, which we are for the Bricklink designer program drop, that's going to be a lot for this weekend. And we have some family coming over, and I want to make sure, since we just went out of town for a few days, I need to make sure that Joanna gets caught up on rest this week. So I think I'm going to push the channel member live stream at least another week, but we will be live on Monday. We will do it in August. I promise you guys August. So we will make it happen in August. So Ranger, thank you so much for becoming a member. The channel member base plates are somewhere around here. I think Joanna was working on them on the other table, but yeah, we'll get everybody's name updated on the base plate, and we'll talk about more things we want to do with the channel members specifically moving forward. Everybody's welcome to join that live stream and hear about future plans of the channel. But that is that actually we could be able to time that well, because we have this big IKEA shipment coming soon. So if we have that IKEA shipment hopefully here, that would be really nice timing to talk about some of the stuff that we want to do here in the studio and of course with the channel. HY Rum 404 dropping the $5 super. Never bought a BDP set. Want to pick up the Outlaw Forest Den next week if available. Saw your video today, but any tips for newbies wanting to snag? All right, so a couple quick things. Make sure you're logged into your Insiders account. I know it sounds basic, but it will help tremendously. Make sure all your shipping information, as well as your payment information, is all good to go. Have multiple devices open if you can. So laptop, tablet, phone, the more the merrier. It can't hurt. And literally just try to get in there, select the Outlaw Forest Den. It'll kick you over to the Lego website. Check out as soon as humanly possible. And then all you got to do is pray, because your order still might get canceled because they might not have enough stock to fulfill your order. But that's pretty much all you can do. It's not guaranteed. It's not a great system. It is what it is when you have thousands of people going after a handful of sets. Now, with the Outlaw Forest Den, there was 45,000, whatever it was, 300 copies pre-ordered. So theoretically, that is your best set to go after, because that had the most copies pre-ordered, which means it could have had the most cancellations and most returned sets. So that is definitely in your favor. But yeah, that's literally my best advice. I'm going to be going after the smaller set, the whatever that one is, the outdoor adventure set. I didn't pick that up during the initial pre-order, but we're going to be trying to get that one. So we're going to be side by side praying, hoping that we can snag that. But thank you so much for the very generous super chat. Lorraine says, I'm going to build this while I'm here. Can someone suggest how I can build a Mills plate for this? Oh, a Mills plate for what? I actually have a bunch of Mills plates that I'm working on at the moment for some very large sets. Tyler says, Lego has tons of staff and money devoted to market research to best understand how to sell their stuff. That's their job. Lego is just our hobby. That's very true, Tyler. Tyler always drops some very insightful comments on our videos. I appreciate him. Was not going to buy anything today, but I like that double points on the One Piece and the Premier Ball GWP, but I spent only 50, not a fan of the Grease restaurant. Hey, nothing wrong with that. If you don't like the GWP, then definitely don't spend the money to get it. So nothing wrong with that, crazy hobby girl. And it's great to see you in the chat tonight. Mary says, Capital One Shopping had a $50 reward for Lego purchases, over $100 for new users using the shopping app extension. So I hope I did that right. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, definitely. It sounds like it's pretty good to have that Capital One stuff. Hi, John. Just reposting due to the skip. It's becoming your Thanos snap. I'm so sorry. Thanks again for your 180 trap video, reminding me to get the Dark Falcon on back order. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. That one is right at the sweet spot. Yeah, once again, I'm so sorry if I missed anybody due to that jump. But thank you again, Ryong. Do you have a group to chat about city, like layouts and designs? I have a city, but don't have people to talk to or bounce ideas about it. So a couple people have thrown some stuff our way about group chats. I know a lot of people are into Discord. I don't know how to work Discord. Yes, I've had lots of people offer to run a Discord for us, but I kind of like the idea of doing like the channel member live streams. And then we could also do like just regular, like, open to the public, regular live streams like this, where we can literally just say like, hey, we're going to talk about the city tonight, and we can set up the camera, have it facing the city. Joanna and I can both put on the microphones. We would like to get like a big screen at some point in here so we could see the chat, or we can just read the chat on our phones. You guys can ask us questions. We can talk about future layouts, what sets we want to put in certain areas, what sets we're thinking about getting rid of, maybe some like rebrickable designs or some alternate builds we're thinking about doing. So yeah, we do want to have some city nights here on the channel for sure. And hopefully that can help give some inspiration. Maybe actually this could be pretty cool too. There's a lot of great city builders here on YouTube. Chris Bricks, he's got a phenomenal city. Obviously all the way up to like the big boys with like Brixie and such. So maybe we could try to have like other creators who have cities, and maybe see if we can schedule them, and we could do like a cool city shop talk night, and we could get some feedback from them. We could maybe we could even bring on other people in the community like you, Joseph, like if you want to come on, and like Chris Bricks, I know Chris, so he would probably be down for it. But like maybe you could tell us about your city, and Chris could give some of his feedback to you and stuff like that, and just run some ideas past one another. And we could go through like a couple people, give everybody like 5 to 10 minutes on camera with me and maybe like another creator or two, and that could just be like a cool fun live stream. Everybody in the chat could also put in their feedback and opinions. Ooh, I like that. No, I don't like that, whatever it may be. And that kind of thing. Or if you don't want to be on camera, that's completely fine too. Like you could just show your icon and you could just do the voice. I know some people are just a little uncomfortable on camera. So yeah, I mean, we got plenty of, that's a ton of content ideas right there for sure. Matthew, holy smokes, man. Thank you so much. Newborns are expensive. Here's a small bit to help. This really tremendously means the world. So thank you so much. They are expensive. We're very blessed. I will say this. We're very blessed to have a little bit of family, some family friends in our life who have been helping us out. Actually, I know they're not watching, but I have a very close friend in the military, my good friend Liam. Hopefully we'll get to meet up with him. We were stationed together for a couple of years. His wife, he and his wife have had a couple kids, and their kids are slightly older. Like I think they're like 3 and 1, and Sophia's under 1. She just turned 8 months old. But what they've been doing is they've been sending us clothes for Sophia. And what Joanna's then been doing is then taking the clothes, and then she's been giving them to other moms in our local area. And it's been like a really cool, like you can see like the cycle of like, it takes a village, right? To like help the kids grow. But a big thing that we have had that's just been a tremendous game changer is like you guys here in the community. I mean, between the super chats and like some people bought stuff for the registry last year, when we were getting ready to welcome in Sophia and everything. So I cannot thank you guys enough, because sometimes like small things go a really long way. And that's why like I'm exhausted. You guys can probably tell, 2 videos today and the live stream. I'm definitely getting ready to wind down here in a few minutes, but I have so much motivation to make content and continue to just try to give you guys the best YouTube experience with our community, because you guys give so much to us. So it's a mutual, like, beneficial relationship. Like, I love getting to interact with you guys, whether it's through the chat or through the comment section, having really nice, healthy debates. I've been getting to interact and communicate with other creators that I never thought I would have the opportunity to do. So that's been another tremendously cool byproduct of this whole experience. So all around, like, I am just taking in every single moment that this channel is giving to us. And, I can't thank you guys enough. I mean, that's why, I try to highlight as many cool comments. I know, like, the only thing that, like, I do want to try to get down a little bit is, and maybe you guys can give me some feedback on this really quick, as like the last big thing for the night, because we still have 350 people here, which is amazing. I would really like to get your feedback on this, if you guys could, for those of you guys who are still here. One of the things I've noticed is that our average watch time on the channel is about 8.5 minutes, which I think is great. Like, to be able to capture someone's attention for 8.5 minutes. And for live streams, it's crazy. I'm talking about like videos. Live streams, average attention span is like 39 minutes or something crazy, which is also pretty wild that people want to sit here for 40 minutes at a clip and watch me, right? But specifically for videos, like what is the sweet spot to where you see a video and you're like, that's too long? Or like you see a video and you're like, all right, 12 minutes, I can do 12 minutes. Because I'm trying to find that right chemistry, like that right formula for like most of our videos. Like we're going to have the retirement videos, like those are going to be long. We're going to have, certain pieces of content that there's just no way of getting around it. Even if I talk as fast as I can, trim the fat with what I want to say as much as possible, like the videos are still going to be 30 minutes plus. But I'm trying to figure out like, how do I get most of our videos to be within like 12 to 18 minutes max? So I would love feedback on that. If possible, as I run through, okay, 10 to 15 minutes tops. Yeah. So like, because the big thing that I've noticed is like the meat of our content will usually be like 15 to 18 minutes, like somewhere around there for most of our videos. But then I'll read through comments and super thanks. And then that brings like an 18-minute video to now like 32. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like torn because I'm like, oh, I don't want to not read comments because I think so many of you guys leave great comments and of course the super thanks. So then now I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, so since you guys, do I make a video that's solely dedicated once a week to just comments and super thanks? So I'm trying to figure out the balance there. Let me read through these other super chats really quick because I really appreciate you guys doing this. Also want to shout out Kelser Jelly for just becoming a member. Thank you so much, Kelser. Great to see you, man. Thank you so much for doing that. What's the rebrickable you're using for the shopping street? I'm looking at the donut shop one that just got revealed. It takes the donut van and the shopping street. I think it looks great. I think it looks like a lot of fun. Shout out Slapshot Bricks for the great content. Thank you so much, B Camp. I appreciate the $2 super. That's amazing, man. Bricks Picks, great to see you. I was going to get the UCS Millennium Falcon, but I see a 10-year trend with this set and think the Star Wars 50th anniversary will bring a new Millennium Falcon. That was like one of the most popular questions of the night, Bricks Picks. So I'm holding off my conversation because I'm literally going to break down all my thoughts in a big leak video later in the week on that. So just hold tight like 48 to 72 hours and you'll get my thoughts there. Elemental Exposure says, anyone else not seeing the 500 bonus points on order? I will check that out in just a moment. You do not have to drop supers to ask a question, by the way. Like I try to highlight as much as I can. Third super chat of the night. Happy to support. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It really means a lot. Lorraine says the Botanical Garden. I want to put this on a Mills plate. I just opened the set yesterday and the base plates are flimsy. Yeah, that's a interesting looking one. I was actually in the process of putting the you guys can't see it even though I'm pointing to it, the Outlaw Forest Den on a Mills plate. I have the Mills plate like set up. I just haven't like put it on yet, or like started taking like the bottom parts off to try to do it. Some like footprints of some of these larger sets are weird. What do you do when you don't have space for a new Lego set that you really want? Might be time to break down one of your older ones that are currently on display, sell it. Maybe, I know it hurts, but yeah, it's tough. Space is definitely an issue. All right, let's talk time periods here. 15 to 20 minutes is good. Jander says quick hitter is 10 to 12, but when it's a meaty topic, I'm disappointed if it's less than 30. Yeah, that's the problem. Like we do a lot of meaty stuff. No more than 18 minutes. Okay. Less than 18 minutes depends on the topic. Okay. 15 to 20 is solid. 10 to 15. Okay. Make a couple videos on retirements. I just did the big retirement video. So that's the other thing I did, like in regards to retirements. Like I did the big, like here's everything that is supposed to retire. And now if any other news comes out, I just want to do an update and be like, hey, go check out the big retirement video, but this is what's updated. Like, these couple Marvel sets extended, these couple Star Wars sets, pushed up, whatever it may be. So that's also like how I like to do it, like with the Cars series, right? Like I did the first initial couple videos and then I did like the quick recap in the beginning of like the 4th episode where I said, hey, I built this. Now we're going to build this. I want to try to make it like, not like choppier, but just like more like to the point, if that makes sense. Cause I don't want to waste anybody's time. Like you guys got stuff to do. I want to give you good content and just move on, Honestly, I don't give a dang how long a video is, especially from those creators I'm very interested in. Yeah, I'm like that too. Like I'll watch anything from certain creators, like no matter how long it is for the most part. And I know, we're very lucky to have some of you guys in that boat with us. But I also know that like, I don't know how to put it. Like, I just want to find like the right balance to like make you guys happy, but I don't want to turn anybody off. And if they see like, oh God, John, like really another 38-minute video, you know what I mean? Like people, you guys got lives, you got things to do. I am a long form video editor and have something pop on or off screen every 3 seconds will help with retention rates a ton. And that's a great tip. I do try to, so I edit our own videos and everything. So I do try to make sure that we have, I don't like watching videos where there's like a ton, like every 3 seconds seems like a lot, but that might work for some creators. It does take a lot more time to edit the video. So I also have to find the balance there of like, okay, putting necessary things on screen, but I can't turn like one video into like a 8-hour edit. You know what I mean? So I got to find the balance there, but that's a good tip though. Less than 20 minutes. Okay. Love the retiring videos. I buy Lego that retires in the next 6 months. Mostly get my info through you. Shout out Legend. Oh, thank you so much, Tios. I really appreciate that. 12-minute videos to the point, subject, comment, recommendation, and a thanks. Keep the supers for your live shows. Also vids dedicated to comments as well. Yeah, I think we might have to go that path. Do like a weekly roundup of comments. The only problem with that though is like some of the comments from like the previous video will sometimes be relevant to something that's like happening right now. So like in time. So that's the other thing too. Like if I don't want to wait too long to do that video too, because then it's like, all right, a lot of these comments, like these things like out of date or they're not really relevant anymore. Like today, like I read off a couple comments that we're talking about this live stream tonight. If I would to read them a couple days from now, it's not as like pertinent because we already knew what happened. So I got to figure that out. I think that all comes down to a voice and content. That's why you're so entertaining. I watch some popular different content creators that lose long-term watching due to content. Makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, for sure. I've tried, and thank you for the kind words. I've tried to structure our content the way I would want to see it, if that makes sense. And I know, like for me, if I was watching a creator that I really liked, and once in the blue moon, towards the end of his or her video, if I heard them read one of my comments, like, and I've gotten a lot of positive feedback from the comments specifically where people are like, man, like, like one person shot me this really long email. He said he and his daughter were like in tears hearing that, I read one of their comments, and like, I didn't think it was like that crazy of a thing. Like, I just thought they made a good comment, but like to hear the feedback there that, I impacted somebody's day that much. But, like for instance, like I'll just, throw them out as like if Brixie read one of my comments, I'd be like, man, thanks, Jordan. Like, that's freaking awesome. As somebody like a creator that I've watched for a very long time, here in the Lego space. So, I think connection, like interacting with you guys as much as possible, like creating that sense of community is really important. So that's why I do really enjoy going through the comment section and highlighting them. I have to find the balance of like, because we're getting more comments, which is just amazing. And the interaction, it's like, all right, I don't want to scare away new people just because they're seeing the length of these videos and they're like, why are these videos so long? I work from home. I listen to you and other content creators all day long. These videos help me focus on my day-to-day, useful information and filler throughout the day. I'm the same way. I listen and watch to a lot of content. So that's good feedback. We watch all your videos no matter how long or short they are. Thank you, Velvet. You and your husband are amazing. Wesley says 10 to 15 is fine. I usually watch it at 1.5 speed, so longer is okay. On the lives, you sound so different when you are live. Really? Oh, we do use a different camera, so maybe the camera. And it's much closer. So, when I have the camera, it's a little bit further back, so you can see more of the background. So that could be it. I think if the meat and potatoes is 10 to 15, the thanks is bonus content. I like that. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate that. For me, it's the video when release. It's when video is released. If I'm at work, I have to wait for a break or when I get home, but I always watch the whole video. Oh, thank you, Barb. I appreciate that. Cover icons. Oh, man, you're really gung-ho on the retirement stuff. I don't want to do like we have so much content. I can't just focus on like retiring. That's why I said I did their big retirement video. I hate, I low-key like, I almost want to pull down one of the old retirement videos that I did from earlier this year, because no joke, there's comments that pop up on there like once a week where someone's like, Rivendell isn't retiring. That's how I picture them talking. Like because like the retirement stuff changes. So then I have to respond to the person and be like, check the date. And then I like some people I'm like, I posted an update. So like it's a double-edged sword with retirement stuff because then like because stuff changes and then people will find your videos like later on and then they're like, what? This is retiring, and it could have got like Arkham. Like how many people thought Arkham originally, because we were told this by all the leakers and stuff and all the reputable sources, like, oh my God, Arkham is retiring. People were panicking. Everybody was coming for us, right? And same thing, like in one of my previous retirement videos, I think the first big one of the year, I said, hey, like Arkham's retiring. I don't believe it, but apparently it's retiring. There's comments on there occasionally. People are like, what? Arkham's retiring? And I'm like, no, it got extended. Like, it's fine. So yeah, you got to be careful with changing information like retirement stuff. If it's a Q&A video, 20 to 30 minutes, okay, that's understandable. I don't mind how long the videos are as long as they are full of meaningful conversation. I like that. Yeah, I'm definitely, I try not to ramble too much because I don't like listening to certain creators ramble. Like after that, it's like you made your points, like move on. I feel that the content of your videos are well balanced. I think 20 to 30 minutes for a series type videos is a good amount, possibly 10 to 15 for a quick drop on updates. Yeah, I like that. That's good. I think the biggest thing that I just want to do is I just want to have a mixture of like, mostly short to medium videos. Every now and then, if there's a longer video, I feel like that's good. It's not so much more about retention. I think the retention is actually incredible that we have right now. It's more just like, I don't want to scare new people away, and I don't want to like alienate maybe people that have been dedicated supporters of the channel because they're just kind of like, listen, like I don't have all day to watch your stuff all the time. You know what I mean? Bruno says, I watch all your videos, long and short, love them all. Shopping vlogs are awesome. Even my wife asks if you put out something new and watches with me. That's amazing, Bruno. I really appreciate that. Shopping vlogs are great. They're expensive, though. It's hard to go places and not spend money, especially when so many of these store owners. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Joanna. Joanna says I ramble all the time. Fair enough. Okay. It's hard to go to the stores sometimes and not spend money, especially when some of these store owners are so nice to us. So that's why we have to be really careful on like which stores we go to. Crazy Hoppy Girl says, if it's a new channel, I do 20 minutes. If it's a channel I subscribe to, the longer the better. I would watch 1 to 2 hours at max in one sitting on average. And now Joanna would personally murder me and end the channel if I dropped 1 to 2 hour videos all the time. But yeah. I appreciate you, Crazy Hobby Girl. Thank you so much. Bam hates. I don't know. Okay. We're not gonna be doing any BAM videos. Like we already addressed the BAM situation. I don't understand. Like I know there's a lot of BAM stuff going on. Like we're boycotting. We're not doing BAM. But that's actually a perfect example. I keep seeing like channels pop up my feed, and I'm just like, all right, like move on. Like we get it. Like they suck. They messed up. Terrible company. Like just don't support them. Like just there's so many other things happening in the Lego space. I'll watch your videos in their entirety as the community comments are informative as yours. Oh, thank you, Marky Mark. Appreciate that. Full disclosure, I have a 30-minute commute to work, so I am biased. Yeah, I usually needed content when I was stationed in New York City for 5 years, and I was stationed in Boston for 3. And oh my God, my commutes were brutal. So that's why I was like, come on, people, drop some longer videos. So I guess for the commuters, maybe that's why the watch time is so far up. For me personally, 30-minute video is fine. I have a good attention span, unlike most people. Oh, yeah, it's crazy. Like thanks to the most recent, or actually it wasn't the most recent. I think it was like the 2024 like TikTok report. They said like the average what's it called? Retention of like a human being, at least on their app, was 1.2 seconds, which is like insane. So I'm like looking at our like 8-minute average watch time, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty good if TikTok is 1.2 seconds. All right. When there's a long vid, I will watch it on 1.5 speed, so it goes by faster. Hey, nothing wrong with that. I mean, they put that option there for that very reason. Doesn't matter to me. I watch most videos on double speed anyway. Oh, there you go. Just remember, you will never be able to satisfy everyone. Do what you think is best for you and the channel. That's a good point, Nate. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's not as much as it sounds. Supposed to say zoom in or out or works as well. Yeah, I got to figure that out. I see like people, the editing software we use is really user friendly. I got to figure out how to do like some cool zoom stuff. Do you go to Lego conventions? We are hoping to. There's a couple small ones here in Pennsylvania towards the end of the year that we're looking to go to. Have both short and longer videos. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. I think the only times I skip through one of your videos if it ends up being more Star Wars focused, and I didn't realize it, but I try to let videos run through for the good metrics. Well, I appreciate that, Mary Builds. Yeah, I think so. That's another big thing that I wanted to focus on with our content is I know, like, I love Star Wars, and I could literally make Star Wars, especially Lego Star Wars videos, like 2 to 4 times a week easily. But here's the thing, and don't tell the Star Wars fans this, but I actually get sick of Star Wars occasionally. Like, I don't know. There's just like these other things going on. Like I follow a lot of channels that only talk about like Star Wars stuff, like going on in the Star Wars universe, like upcoming movies, shows, random characters, like story arcs, potentials, like how Disney messed up the sequel trilogy, like all that stuff. I'm all about that lore. But every once in a while, I'm just like, I kind of want to focus on other stuff. So that's why I like really wanted to structure our channel as a general Lego channel because, Star Wars is great, but I know not everybody does Star Wars. Not everybody does Pirates. Not everybody does City. Like, I really want to be like just like a hybrid mixture channel, and then you throw in like the budgeting, the sales, the BDP. Like, there's a little bit hopefully for everybody. So that way, if you see me drop a Star Wars video, you're like, yes, skip. Don't need to hear John talk about whatever nonsense he's building today, and I'll catch him in a few days, John, just for the info, the day you do a 2-hour video on snot break differences will be the day I turn off. Did someone really do that? I don't even think I could do like a 10-minute video on that. That's crazy. Does it affect the metrics to skip a few minutes? I don't know, to be honest. That's a good question. I will have to do some research on that. 15 to 20 is a sweet spot. I really appreciate everybody providing the feedback here. Length of the videos doesn't bother if the content is good. Appreciate that, SE Mom. I'm only getting something because of my Capital One offer that combined with GWP it makes sense. Lego sales have been laughable recently. They have been pretty rough, yeah. Look into how news and apps use concentric circles flashing at the screen to get hypnotic state for max attention span. Yeah, that's weird, actually. They're interesting. Did you like my Duck Bricks video? I watched, if that's the one I'm thinking of, Moon Jockey, I think I only watched the first minute or two, and then I think literally Sophia started crying, and it's still on my to finish list. But I did see it pop up, and I specifically remember watching the first couple minutes of it. Yeah, I did watch the first. How long did I make it through? 3 minutes and 12 seconds. So I still have another 13-ish minutes to go on that. But it's on my to-watch list, so I will get to the rest of it. What system are you using behind you for sorting bricks? These are the Ivar shelves with U-line bins. And then we actually just got a big U-line order. I know a lot of people were saying how they were saying how we're wasting space with so much of the bins being empty. And that is true, because there are thousands of parts that I have not had a chance to sort. But let's say like for this element specifically, we probably don't have many more of this. We actually just got dividers. So we're going to be dividing each of the bins that aren't common parts. We're going to be dividing them into 3s or 4s so we can continue to further maximize how many pieces we can put on the shelves in each one of these bins. So I love the longer videos since I have them on when building or working on things at home. I am odd, but I like 30+ minute videos so I don't have to switch them up. That's interesting. I mean, I've kind of done the same thing here or there. I'll definitely put people on in the background. Even when the super chats are at the end get long, I appreciate the interaction on your channel. I'll continue to watch your videos no matter how long because you have a soothing voice and care. Oh, I appreciate that. I think the super thanks, I mean, they're above and beyond that. People, take the time to drop that. Yeah, the comments thing was something that I always wanted to do. And then I didn't really expect to get this many comments. So it's just kind of like the luxury. I did get somebody who recently reached out who said that they thought I was purposely ignoring their comments. Like, that's not how it works. Like, I literally will pick anybody's comments, to feature on the videos. And like somebody else mentioned, like, oh, you say the same few people over and over again. Like, there are several people who regularly send super thanks, so that's why their names will pop up more frequently. But I do try to like spread the love, and like, if I see different names or if I see like, hey, I'm new to the channel, or hey, just started following you for this reason, or hey, I think you did a good job here, or even if somebody's like, hey, I disagree with you for this reason, like I'm not afraid to talk about that. Like it's a free country, we're all allowed to disagree with one another. But I think having that interaction is cool because there's a 99% chance I'm not going to be able to meet most of you guys, and I won't know what you look like in real life. Now I hope to meet a lot of you guys at like Lego stores and conventions, but even if I can impact your day, your life for like a couple split seconds by reading something that came from your head through your mouth or through your fingers in a comment, like I think that's kind of cool. So hey, do you know Rivendell isn't retiring? Yeah. This is how I get banned. Yeah, Rivendell is not retiring. Yeah, see, that's the problem, Ranger. Lego doesn't, like, they don't make the announcements, which I think is like a huge flaw in their system. Like, I think they should be the ones to come out, like, even like, let's say retirement is December 31st, like they should come out as a company December 1st. Here's the list. Everything's retiring in the next 30 days. Grab it while it's hot, or don't. You can go grab it on the aftermarket, which we own through Bricklink, which you'll still be paying us a percentage through every sale. So we still win. I think that sometimes they say it's retiring just to push sales, then don't easy leak to make sales. True. Yeah. I mean, some stuff does say they're retiring and then get extended. So it makes people, frantically buy sets. Yeah. Still riding high low from a 24-hour flight delay out of Las Vegas. No danger, right? Still can't get an answer from Lego about the missing 500 promo points. Yeah, I meant to go look at it for you. I apologize. Let me see what's going on with that. So they say you get it. Everybody's saying you get it if you make a purchase tonight. Let me see. Where's actually, I have something in my cart. So I was about to make a purchase. How do you know if you get the 500 points? Got my rackets in. Yeah, I think it's added points here. As long as you're an insider and you're logged in. If it didn't go through elemental exposure, I would just reach out to Lego customer support and be like, hey, you guys were offering this 500 extra points. If you made an order and you didn't get it, I would just reach out and be like, hey, I deserve my $3.75 in points. No, I was saying at 1.5 speed, you speak so much faster. Oh, gotcha, Westy. Okay, that makes sense. Random question, but where did you get your iPhone case? I think I got it at the T-Mobile store. It's a nice case. It's cracked because I dropped it, but I have to get a new one. Oh, that's rude. I hope your wife cheats on you. Oh, that's rude. I guess, it is that hour. You're 100% right about Star Wars. It gets repetitive at times. It does. Thank you, Jander. Oh, appreciate that. I know you're a big Star Wars guy, so that really means a lot. Oh, I didn't. I came on Amazon. Oh, okay. Amazon. I thought we bought it on a T-Mobile store. Joanna bought it for me on Amazon. So what branch did you serve? I did time with the Air Force and the Marine Corps. I was in the Navy and the Coast Guard, and I was also technically in the Merchant Marine. Your hairline is going bye-bye. Well, I think it's pretty good, actually. You look a little rough in your picture, to be honest. What is the Lego set that you want the most from the December retirement day? Probably torn between the UCS Venator and the UCS Sail Barge. Yeah, it's tough because the Sail Barge is beautiful, but the Venator, special place in my heart for the Venator. So, we're still going. We're still going. Can one of my moderators knock this dude out of here? Tanya says, love watching your channel grow. You always provide such great tips for making our money go further. Keep up the great work. Oh, thank you, Tanya. Appreciate that. He's a jerk. Finally got banned. Oh, nice. Thanks. Oh, pretty good. Actually, we have been experiencing a little bit of hate on the channel recently, which I feel like is a good sign that the channel is growing. Because I feel like whenever we start to get the haters, it's like, all right, our content's reaching more areas of the internet. But yeah, just if you guys see any weird stuff in the comments, feel free to just block it. So, Joanna blocked him like 5 minutes ago. Okay. Lego are happy to slap rare and hard to find on their website. Can't understand why they don't put dates on it as well. I know, X201. Yeah, 100%. All right, that was weird. Yeah, this is why we need. Yeah, I gotta step up with the mods. Yeah. I do need to go to bed. Yeah, it's definitely time for bed. So, um, for the record, your hair looks just fine. Thank you. I'm actually quite happy with my hair. When I was really stressed, last thing I'll say for tonight, when I was really stressed, I think like 4 years ago, there is a picture and I look disgusting. Like I just look terrible. I was like 30 pounds heavier than I am. Oh, small micro milestone for me. I lost 23 pounds. I'm under 200, which with my back injury, it was really hard to work out over the last 2 years. So doing a lot of walking and some basic workouts again. I actually went ice skating yesterday for the first time in 2 years as well. So making some progress here on the personal side. But yeah, it's hard when you injure yourself, because then you really, I'm sure many of you guys, or some of you guys in the chat maybe have experienced this. And weight is just hard. Weight is just so hard. And I'm also married to an amazing cook. So, what am I going to do? Like not eat like 4 helpings of her food? It's not her fault that she's an amazing cook. Like she just makes amazing food. So, yeah, I'm about to hop off here as well, Velvet. But yeah, I started to notice, especially like over the last year, like how I looked on camera when I would like turn and it was doing stuff and it was really bothering me. So finally feel like I'm getting back to my normal self. But yeah, like 4 or 5 years ago, when I was really stressed with the military, I was starting, like, you could literally tell, like my hair was falling out. I was not in good shape. I was very overweight. Just my uniform was like bursting. And I feel like looking back to like my 28-year-old self, I actually feel like I look much better now at 32. So I feel like it's very important to be happy with like who you are and like your self presence and everything. So I finally, like for the first time in a long time, I'm starting to feel really good about myself. And I'm actually very proud and very happy for Joanna. I think Joanna looks gorgeous. I know she has been a little bit self-conscious about how she looks, but I think she looks incredible. And I think moms out there don't give themselves enough grace. Like women who have had babies, I think that you guys are, at least from Joanna's perspective, from what I've seen, you guys are way too hard on yourselves. And I think for everything you went through, you guys should just give yourself a little bit more grace. And Joanna, I know you're watching. I think you're gorgeous in every single way. And I don't care like what the scale says. Like I love you for you and everything you have done. And I'm so glad that I get to be your husband. So Mary Builds, yes, absolutely. I would love to add you to be a mod. What we're going to do is not tonight, because I'm like running out of brain cells here. I do want to make a list. Maybe I'll say it in like a video, like everybody who wants to be a mod, I'll say like, hey, put it in the comments section or something, and Joanna and I can go through. And if you're like somebody who's just at least been around the channel a little bit, we can add you to that moderator status. Anybody who's like super new, we can just say, hey, like, stick around the channel for like another month or so, and then you can be a mod. But yeah, we definitely need to get some mods in here for sure. So made my day. Had to wake up at 6 a.m., but it doesn't matter. Thank you. No, thank you, Tios. I really appreciate that. Every live I've ever watched on YouTube, there's always 1 to 2 trolls that come in to seek attention. That's very true. Yeah, that's very true. Ranger says, as a diabetic, weight loss is hard. Doctor put me on Manjaro for my levels, and the happy side effects was 40 weight loss in under a year. Oh, wow. 40 pounds, hopefully. In under a year. That's fantastic. Weight is hard. Weight is definitely hard. I also have severe sleep apnea, and I know that has contributed greatly to my body like retaining just everything and not properly having like the sleep cycles for like regular like metabolic like breakdown and stuff and everything. But anyway, guys, tonight was a lot of fun. Sales ended up not being what we were hoping for, but if you guys were able to pick something up, I'm very happy for you. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you're getting some hate, you're doing something right. But no, you guys are amazing. 2 videos today and the live stream, so it was a very busy day. And thank you, Lego Zach. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for all the love and also support over the last few weeks. Getting to 18K is very special. Bro Fit says, hey John, does most members subscribe to the highest tier? Are you talking about for the channel membership? No, most people do like the base tier. I think it's $5. I mean, if you're talking about the channel members, if you are talking about the channel members, like please do not don't go all out. You don't have to. There's a couple people who have been very kind and are at the highest tier for support, but feel free if you do want to sign up for the lowest tier for sure. Thank you, Bruno. Thank you, Ranger. Hey, you know what? That's fine. They can send some hate. We can do it. Listen, I've been in the military since I was 18. I was an ice hockey official for several years. I don't think you could say something that I haven't heard before and have probably heard much worse. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, you guys are the best. As always, don't stop shooting until you score. To everybody who catches this on the replay, I truly appreciate you. Please drop a comment in the comment section below so I know who is catching this on the replay. And I hope you guys have a fantastic evening. We'll see you guys very soon.